Oh, Mark's got their own name on there. He named him me. What's
Oh
up?
my god, and
Welcome back to the Game Junction Podcast. We're here for episode 133. How's everybody doing that's watching live? Also, our audio listeners, hope you're doing well.
that is the hope.
We got a lot of news this week, and Mark did not get his Switch 2 yet. It's still coming. It's supposed to come tomorrow, so we're supposed to be streaming.
But
Mario
that's
Kart
what I told you
tomorrow.
to begin with.
Well, I know. I know. It just kind of. It's just like it's so close to the stream and stuff. So I'm like, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, yeah, I want to share this out. If you want to get started with the news, sharing the socials and stuff real quick, and we'll just jump into. So I'll switch to right now pickups, and then we'll jump into the news, I guess.
Yeah, which means it's going to be mostly Brandon talking because I haven't experienced anything with it.
Well, let's. You got pickups? Any pickups at all?
The Pro controller. That's it.
All right, we're gonna show your Pro controller.
It's not really anything to show. It's a controller.
I mean, I'm gonna show.
But yeah, episode 133. A lot of good stuff because obviously we just had the Switch 2 just dropped yesterday on the 5th. Obviously, we just had Summer's Game Fest wrap up. I don't know, an hour ago. That thing ran for at least 2 hours. I got bored and dropped it after a while. But and then over on Wednesday we had the Sony's State of Play drop as well. So we got a lot of good stuff. The bulk of what we're gonna be talking about is gonna be on those two announcements. A few other small news here or there, but yeah, definitely a lot of Switch stuff to talk about. Hopefully we'll be streaming it tomorrow. We should. I don't know when my Switch is coming tomorrow.
We'll be fine. It doesn't. I was being kind of dramatic with how long it takes, but I mean, you know how it is setting up a new console.
Yeah, the only thing I got, because I ordered this from Walmart, so obviously I got it at 6 a.m. when I wasn't even awake yet.
Literally the best thing you can get for the system. I kid you not. That controller is phenomenal. I'm shocked how much more I like that controller than the Switch 1 Pro controller, which I love too. That was my favorite controller. And this one beats it out, and it's got a headphone jack and everything. Like it feels great. I put I'm going to be sharing this out on the socials, but I guess I'll show mine real quick. I put grips on mine. I always put grips on all my sticks to preserve the sticks so nothing happens to them.
I hate the feeling of the grip, so I don't ever do
These
that.
are really good. They're actually Silent Hill 2 grips. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I got that. I don't want to start showing all my pickups so I can share this stuff out real quick.
No,
I will show this just because it's sitting there. But here's the Nintendo Switch Online GameCube controller. So you can see exactly like a GameCube controller, but it's got a ZL button there. It's obviously got the home button, so this can be used entirely as a controller for the Switch 2.
Yeah, because from what I understood, I saw some people. It's got a gyroscope built in as well, so you can use it for the motion like the Pro controller.
You can do everything with it. So you can use this as a main controller if you really wanted to. And I went through the menu and turned on the game stuff, and it was fine. We played a whole bunch of Soul Calibur 2. I played it with the Pro controller. It was terrible with the Pro controller, but as soon I was waiting on this controller to get delivered. So I was watching it the whole time I was streaming, because we streamed all day. It was the first time I've ever streamed I don't know, something like 8 hours. But we were watching it I was waiting on it to come. So when it came, I did better, but I still lost. Matt Long 6 Gaming, he beat the crap out of me in Soul Calibur 2, and I'm the fighting game guy, and I'm like, dude, it was so bad. I got so pissed off. He won 9 rounds, and I won 1 the last time.
Hey, now you know how I feel when we play fighting games. I'm just utter trash at it.
Well, I'm not good. I'm not good. First of all, I haven't played that game in 20 years, and I'm not the best at 3D fighting games. 2D fighting games I play all day. I mean, I'm fantastic at those, but yeah,
well, I know we're
fun.
But I assume you were excited about the new Sony controller that was announced.
The fight stick, yeah. 100%. I'm for sure getting that, and they announced the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Perfect. It goes perfect together because it has the arcade game. It has the actual arcade games. Even the portables. I have Game Gear, Game Boy, Genesis, Super Nintendo. 32X, the Sega 32X version of Mortal Kombat 2 is crazy. And then it says "and more" at the bottom. It's they have so much in this package. Whatever value it's at, it's completely worth it. There's so many versions of the games in there. It's insane. Even the Game Boy. I mean, it's crazy. But
oh yeah. So while you're getting that pushed out, a few small little Pokemon stuff that dropped. Obviously, if you're still playing Scarlet and Violet, starting as of June 4th through the 14th, you can do the Porygon 2 Terra Raid event, if that's something you're into, as well as, and this is probably only going to affect people watching this live. I think by the time this may go out on the podcast, you may be out of luck. But on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, a Porygon 2 will be available via mystery gift code on June 7th and 8th. So that's this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then they say a Flutter Mane will be available in a separate code event starting June 21st, molded after the one used by the 2024 Pokemon Japan champion and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be a ghost and fairy dual type with a high special attack and speed, if that's what you're into as far as the Scarlet and Violet combat goes. And hopefully on the Switch too, it won't lag and play like absolute crap at like 10 frames a second.
I'm going to put
one of my bigger complaints.
Yeah, I plan on putting it in maybe even tonight before I go to bed to check it out at least and see how it runs, because I've seen nothing but good things from what people are saying. It seems like it's pretty improved. So I mean that's what we wanted because the game needed it.
Yeah, and then I guess you're lucky. I assume you heard about this, that you didn't order your Switch from at least a specific GameStop. And yeah. GameStop did respond, but apparently let me pull this up on stream for everyone watching. There was a GameStop that for whatever reason was stapling the receipt on the box itself, which I don't know why you'd ever do that, because you're gonna damage the box. But they were stapling it, and it actually damaged the actual screen, because apparently the screen is like only covered by the box. It comes down essentially. There's nothing really over top of it other than like plastic. And so when they stapled it, because there's no bottom like on the actual stapler, it doesn't bend in. It just goes straight through, and it just like damaged the actual screen.
It's the craziest thing. Like they were stupid and put stickers on mine. I was really pissed off about that. Thankfully, I was able to peel them off without it damaging the box, but they put stickers all over mine.
Yeah, and then on top of it, you're still watching on the screen. Obviously, GameStop on the social media addressed with what's an Office Spaces clip,
yeah,
taking the stapler. But they came out and said, we've addressed a unique case of staple damage on Switch 2 screens, isolated to one store, so it wasn't widespread. Obviously, replacements have been offered. Staplers have been confiscated. So you know, a little humorous response, but
they're kind of making a joke out of it. I mean, it's
I'd be pissed
though. I'd be pissed though if
and I would expect GameStop to replace it, full cost.
Yeah,
or no cost to you. They're just going to
no cost at all,
because this is GameStop's problem, and whoever worked at that store is probably getting fired because of this. But
100%.
I don't know. You made a stupid decision. I don't know why you would staple. I don't know. Like I still keep the boxes. Like outside of damage that I do, I
love the boxes
and damage the box. Like it's going to have some wear and tear, but sometimes if you're moving stuff around, you can either, if you have a carrying case, or you just put it back in the actual box. If you just need it to just, you're going to store it, you don't want it out just collecting dust.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just put my OLED Switch back in its box and put it up on the shelf and stuff because I did all the transfer and was done with it. Matt said Walmart put their sticker on my box, but luckily I was able to come right off with no damage. Only one sticker though. Yeah, I had to say there's a sticker on. Hold on, let me grab it real quick.
Yeah, because I don't know. I ordered mine from Best Buy, so hopefully I don't have that issue at all.
This is the tournament one. This isn't mine. This is the one we have for the tournament, but they put a sticker on it too. I mean, take off.
But to be fair, that's probably how they in store were, scanning stuff to know what has to go where, and it has like a code on it with this is going to this address. So I get that. It helps make the store work a little bit faster, but hopefully it's one of those things where even what something like GameStop does, where actually if you're at a good GameStop, they'll the label they put on, they'll fold in the side so it's easier to pull off. So as long as the sticker's not on there too long or it doesn't get too hot, it's a pretty easy peel off with no damage.
Yeah, for sure,
which is nice.
For sure, 100%.
And hey, this might be something that Brandon can actually do, but there is a Switch 2 title that in order to 100% complete, you essentially need every single accessory for.
Yeah.
So for the welcome tour, which is $10, which it shouldn't be, and nobody should pay the $10. I will advocate that all day. It's barely a tech demo, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
They say the completion may cost up to 140, or a lot more if you don't already have a 4K screen, essentially. But you need to attach certain accessories to be able to do certain things within the tour, from what I was seeing. Let me.
I mean, I
pull it up.
specifically went out of the way months in advance to buy a 4K monitor for this, even though I have like, it doesn't make any sense. I've got a PS5 Pro, it's also 4K. I've got the PC, also 4K. The Series X, also 4K. But I upgraded it for the Switch 2. Does that make any sense at all?
No. So what they said is some mini games and tech demos require separate peripherals and 4K TV. So of the 34 mini games, you can reach all 12 different areas without the need of any additional accessories or 4K. But some of the stuff would be. So either a USB camera used in one mini game that uses a camera, a controller gripped with a GLGR button, which is the Pro controller, or the Joy-Con 2 charge grip used for they say mini games, one type that uses the GLGR, and then used for one mini game and one tech demo needs a display that has 4K resolution, which was the other one. So it's like, I don't know. Technically, they don't have like achievements, but if you wanted to do all these mini games, you at least need a camera, a Pro controller, and a some sort of a display that has 4K capabilities. Well, that's a PC
like,
or a computer screen or a 4K TV.
I have moved to using all my consoles and everything on monitors now instead of TVs. That's just the way I've been doing it. It's just easier. They're all compacted, and because I stream and record, like it's all just right here.
And they're usually better for gaming when it comes to
they have
like
higher refresh rates, and
which to me is the most important thing. Like 144 is like the minimum I'll go on a refresh rate. I'm fine with like a 2K, like a 1440p screen, but the refresh rate matters because a lot of games, like essentially your refresh rate is like essentially your frame rate. Essentially, they're generally tied together for the most part. So
refresh rate's super important for sure.
So that's how I approach that. And I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, they're gonna charge you for a game. Then in order to do every single mini game, you need something that a lot of people probably don't have, which is a 4K TV.
Well, at this point, I mean, 4K TVs are so cheap now. I mean, they're as cheap as 1080p.
But let's be fair,
they're so cheap.
Most people, you're not buying a TV every year. You're buying a new TV every like once a decade.
Yeah, but 4K TVs have been out for like 10 years now. I mean,
they were super expensive 10 years ago when I bought my TV.
Now you can get one for $100 at Walmart. I'm not even joking. I saw it today.
If you buy a 4K for $100, I guarantee you it's not.
It was a little TV, but I mean, it does the job. Now, of course, you're not gonna. The problem is with going with TVs is you're not getting the HDMI 2.1, which really matters for the refresh rates, for VRR, for auto latency, all of that stuff. HDMI 2.1 usually is stuck with monitors. You have to go with the really, really, really high end TVs like the OLED C1s. And stuff like that to get the HDMI 2.1, and you have to have HDMI.
Well, isn't that what you said you need? You have to get OLED, and it has to be,
No, it doesn't have to be OLED. Stuff. I'm just saying, like the C1 OLEDs, like those expensive TVs are, they can properly do all the stuff that play games. Like,
well, I don't know. I'm sorry if my TV can't like speak to me and just resuscitate me, give me my. It's not plugged into my body and tells me about my vitals and sells it off to some third party. I don't want it.
I feel like you're being stupid.
I'm living here in the future now.
All right, so we'll talk Switch 2 first. Let's show pickups real quick. So you already showed yours. I guess all you had was the Pro controller for this week, right?
It's a Pro controller that's still in the box.
Okay. So for our audio listeners, I'll describe it.
It's just a Pro controller if you ever had this. It's the first
and
one.
And it is only for 1 or 2 mini games, so more than 90% of the game's playable. Yeah,
yeah, but it's just the idea that, certain stuff needs like a 4K. Like I get the camera because they advertise that, but I don't know. The 4K one was...
All right, the lurk. I'm reviewing videos that I might post this week. Oh, no worries. All right, so first thing I got, obviously going for the complete Call of Duty collection. This is just a variant of what a edition I already had, but this is the Legacy Pro edition that's in a steelbook. So it's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, and like it's a really cool steelbook. It is cool, but I already have the package. It's just standard.
You just wanted the steelbook.
No, I didn't actually, like, I didn't even want to buy this. but it's part of doing the collection. Like I said, I'm doing the collection, so it's a variant, and I got it, and I haven't seen it anywhere yet. So I didn't even know this existed. But it is pretty cool. I mean, I like steelbooks and I like slipcovers, so it's pretty neat. And then for Switch 2, the games I picked up for launch were I obviously got Mario Kart World with the bundle. I got, which this is the one I've been playing a lot of, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. I've already got like, I don't know, 8 hours into it. And then I got Cyberpunk 2077. I got it installed, but I have not started it yet. I do plan to dive into that sometime this weekend to check it out and see and compare it to how it plays on the other console and PC. Also got Tekken 8. This is actually for a tournament that we're doing. I got it for $15, and this is a this year game, so that's a really good deal. This one I got to play with my daughter, and I like to collect VR games. There's very little for the PSVR 2, but I got this to play with her. And it was $10. There was only one there, and that's Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2, PlayStation VR 2. So this is Walmart exclusive sticker inside. Then I got this one. I don't know. I've liked some of the SpongeBob games. It was $8. This is SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake for PS4.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, why not? It's just $8. Check it out. Pro controller, already showed. Literally just installed this right before the podcast. I got a 256. It was the only one available. Unfortunately, I wanted a 1 terabyte, but I just said whatever because it was already. I ran out day one. I ran out of space. So, and then here's a Switch 2 box. And this is Mario Kart World bundle.
Oh, so you got the one that had the sticker, not the one
not
with
the
Mario
one
Kart
that
was on the bottom.
Yeah, I wanted the one that had it on the bottom without this. You know what I mean? It would have been cooler.
You're gonna have to buy the box separately.
I'm not doing that. I'm good. But yeah, it's the sticker one. I don't know why they did that. It's interesting. I wonder if like some retailers just stickered it, and
I don't know. Maybe the availability of the boxes that they made.
Yeah,
or they shipped what they wanted to do while they were in the process of producing the stuff.
But I haven't tried out the mouse controls yet, so I still have to. I can't talk about that. I still got to check that out. I still have the things in the box, but I do got to try that out. I just don't know what to try it out with. I think it works on. Does it work on Cyberpunk?
I have no idea. When you play, you have to give it a shot and see if it works.
Oh, I missed one thing I didn't show. I got this for $10 on Amazon. I don't know anything about the game. It just looked kind of interesting. It was only $10. It's called Self Loss. It was a $10 Switch game, so I was like, oh, I'll grab it. That's a good deal. It was originally $40, so like, why not? And that's all the pickups there.
Yeah, and then speaking about it, because I don't know why they did it for just my controller, but if you did get your pre-order via Walmart, they apparently were giving out free free
Pringles and Coke, bro. It was crazy.
Oh,
you there?
Yeah, sorry, I had a bunch of stuff. I had to find the right tab. So obviously this person. So I had like a Pringles, Twizzlers, and like 2 cans of Coke.
What? So I got a bottle of
and that
Coke,
was just what I got for the controller that I ordered.
That's crazy.
My Switch is coming through somebody else.
So the tournament Switch 2 came from Walmart. So that morning it came.
Yeah, it was delivered. I got a text like 6 a.m. I was like,
yeah, it delivered at 6 a.m. I told you what happened. It was saying 10 p.m. on the app. I kept telling you. I said they guaranteed by 9. It was there at 6 a.m. I woke up, grabbed it.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get through Walmart on their site when I was pre-ordering. So.
I know it happens, but once you have it, it'll be okay. It'll all be good. It'll work out.
It was like a nice thing that Walmart did.
Yeah, it was cool.
It wasn't really going to cost them a whole lot of extra money. I mean, that stuff's not all that expensive, really.
No, it was pretty neat. It was unexpected, and it was kind of cool of them to do that. So, but yeah, I went and I'll see if I can show my phone. I took pictures of the Switch 2 section at my Walmart. See if I can show it. So sorry for our audio listeners, you won't be able to see, but this is like everything they had. Kind of hard to see, but they got the camera. They had third-party controllers, the powered grip. They had basically every single game. Let me see. They had Cyberpunk, Mario Kart World, Street Fighter, Yakuza, both Zeldas, Split Fiction, Sonic, Hogwarts Legacy, Hitman, and Bravely Default. So they had every single game except Rune Factory, which I pre-ordered. But they had the camera, the third party. They had these $20 wired third party controllers for the Switch 2. Obviously the steering wheels, the cases. So yeah, they had pretty much everything there. That was
all the stuff you generally expect not to be sold out for the most part.
I was actually surprised those micro SD card expresses that, you know how they normally like lock that stuff up that's expensive at Walmart, because that was $60.
Every SD card that I've ever seen at my Walmart's all locked up.
I just grabbed it. They weren't locked. I just grabbed one and
well,
took it.
They're not behind a glass, but like the thing that's on is like has like a lock on it. So
it didn't have one.
Unlock it.
I was shocked because they're $60, so I was like pretty shocked that they didn't do that. But yeah, I mean, so I went to GameStop at midnight with Matt Long 6 Gaming, and there was a lot of people there. So it was really interesting because we live streamed while we were there, took some pictures, video, and stuff like that. So we did like a mobile YouTube live stream and a Facebook live stream. It was pretty cool. But what was interesting was they only had 20 Switch 2s, and there was a line. There was probably, I'm just guessing, Matt could maybe correct me, at least 100 people there. And so they had a line for people that already paid and pre-ordered, which I was in line for. And they had people on the other side. And they were like, it was weird because they were like letting the people who didn't pre-order and pay for it already go in and get one. And like, we had to wait forever. I was there for like an hour and I was like, dude, I already paid for it. Can I pick it up and go home? It's after midnight, dude. I want to go home. So I had to stand there and wait forever.
They were doing it.
It was like unlike any other launch I've ever been to. And they had a bodyguard, and they had a big black guy bodyguard. I was like, yeah, you don't want to mess with him. I mean, I'm telling you.
Why to avoid any fighting or any issues, just because they know, once it's past the counter, they can't really do a whole lot.
Well, you had to have one because of they had so little units and so many people there to get one. So I wasn't there to see all the people get pissed off. I was walking out. And I was getting dirty. I was getting looks because I was walking out with one, and they knew on the door it said they only had 20, and there's like 70 people lined up there that didn't pre-order to get them. And so I immediately just left. I was gonna wait for Matt. He went in right after me. I was like, no, I'm not waiting. They're like eyeballing me and everything. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm in a already kind of sketchy area.
Yeah,
too much stuff happens in that city. Like, I ain't messing with it. Like, it's just it's crazy. So it was fun though. It was the weirdest launch I've ever been to. I mean, it was so
because
strange.
I do know, and I didn't save it, but I was seeing some stuff where some people were saying some of the bigger stores had like a few hundred like non-pre-ordered Switches in stock.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked that they only had 20. I was shocked, but
GameStops aren't usually all that big. I don't think they probably don't have a place to put that many Switches.
Probably not. But I mean, like the Series X launch, I told you with that, I went for the pre-order day, and there was one other person there, just one. There's two of us there for the pre-order day, and then the day of the launch, we went there. We both got a Series X. They had 0 extra and a long line of people there to get it. So like that launch was weird too. And so they had people walk us out because they had no extra units for people, and like people were cussing and getting mad, and I'm getting this for my kid, and like going off. Like, it was crazy. They literally made somebody walk out with us to the car because they had no extra units. So it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Some of the GameStops are strange. They don't get very many. Like the Series X, they didn't get any extra, which is crazy.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if like Nintendo themselves isn't just like saying, "Well, these are bigger stores. We're going to give more to these other companies." Plus, they can facilitate the larger sales and stuff like that, and more people. So it wouldn't surprise me. And then obviously, I think I heard some Target was just all jacked up from what I've heard. But
yeah, I've heard all kinds of stories. It's crazy. The X was going off with people on the Switch 2 this weekend, man. It's cool to see some people so excited though for something like this, and it makes me happy that
hashtag boycott Switch 2 failed miserably. It seems like
it absolutely 100% failed. I haven't seen anybody post anything complaining about the Switch 2 that picked it up. Nobody. Like, all I'm seeing is happy.
I'm like, you have complaints with the price of $80 games, but outside of that one issue,
I haven't even seen complaints. I haven't even seen complaints with that. And I mean, there's one $80 game, and most people, if you wanted that game, got the bundle. There are some people like I want it physical down the road because
You can
it's
get a
a
used
big game.
copy that's you
Yeah.
probably run about what you paid for it and stuff like
And
that.
like Matt did it the way where he wanted to have the physical copy at launch. So he just got the
Yeah.
regular one, bought it. So, he had to pay a little bit more, but he wanted the physical. So I get it. And I want it too. But at that point, then you're getting it for 50, and that game is well worth $50. So there's a lot to do in that game. It's crazy how expansive and big of a Mario Kart game that is. Like it's
Did
gonna
you
be
want to
crazy.
talk about it more, or did you want to wait since we're supposed to stream that tomorrow?
Well, I
You,
mean,
you'll play it again tomorrow, but
yeah, we're gonna play it tomorrow. So I mean, I won't dive into it too much, but I mean, like the knockout tour was really cool. Like it's not the free roam is pretty neat. Like just racing around doing you can hit P switches, trying to collect coins and unlocking cars and I collected like 100 coins and unlocked a car, and the car was like a boombox car. It was weird. So you can like do different stuff. I did one Grand Prix 50cc so far, so I've only done one single player thing.
Did the open world feel empty to you at all?
Not
Or
at
did it feel like
all.
there's enough to do? Because I know some people were saying, "Oh, it
Not at
looks
all.
empty," but I'm like, even if it was a little empty, I'm like, well, what's the difference? You just go from race to race,
I
like
did
like 8 essentially.
I didn't feel like it was empty at all. There's cars everywhere moving
Yeah.
around. There's stuff like moving around while you're driving.
Again,
Like
there's just people that just don't like Nintendo and think they're the bane of all evil. So yeah,
screw them.
the internet's a unique place. You have to learn how to navigate certain stuff.
People need to learn how to, if you don't like something, just shut up. It's that simple. Just shut up. I don't care. Like this is why I don't do the stupid console war stuff. I'll play all the damn consoles and PC. I don't care.
The only thing I can say for a fact is
all I care is if I
outside of
enjoy the game. That's it.
Outside of
fun,
the
I'll play it.
actual physical collection issue, I think PC is just better, but that's just because you're playing with better hardware, so you have more options and mods and stuff like that.
That's my biggest problem with PC is obviously the digital only, but I absolutely love to play games on PC.
Yeah, which is why games that I absolutely like, I'll go get a.
I mean, it is now my preferred way to play a game, but the problem is I do like I collect physical games, so it's like
the problem
a
is
lot of the
PC
times
went
I
like all
double
digital like 15 years ago.
I know. I sent you a picture today of I got a bunch of physical PC games, a whole bunch of them, like 50.
They're all like pre-2010, I'm pretty sure, for the most part.
Yeah, so I wonder if I got a drive for the PC if they would work. Because there's like
you just need to have an optical drive installed that works with that game.
I'd be curious because I've got like good stuff.
Because I guarantee your motherboard has the connection that it would use.
Oh, that'd be badass. I'll have to look into that then. Because I've got like really good stuff too. So like there's some cool stuff.
Because I don't know what I did with it, but I used to have a Blu-ray external drive, but I was using that when I was ripping movies and shows off of my DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Before the hard drive that all that was on crap the bed, and I didn't want to redo tens of hours doing that.
How much would it be to get like an optical drive now, like an external one?
Shouldn't be more than $50. I mean, you want to make sure it's Blu-ray compatible, but
well, yeah. I mean, none of those I have are Blu-ray though. They're all like pre-2010. Like some of them are from
if you're looking for like
the 2000s. Like I've got like some old PC games too.
So just the CD, DVD drives,
that's what
USB 3.0, 2.0 slots, and some other stuff. External only, it's like $35. It's not Blu-ray, so you'd probably be looking maybe $50 for a Blu-ray specific one. But if you just wanted a traditional optical drive for CD DVDs, $20-$30 is what you're gonna be looking for.
Yeah,
and those are just USB plugins. You can still get the ones that would
I could just
slot in.
Yeah, I would. That's what I'm wondering. How do you do the slot in ones? How does that work? Because like my case doesn't have anything on the front.
Well, no, that's not. You just ideally, if outside of the case itself, you just need to make sure your motherboard has the proper connector to plug it in. Because if it was like an internal one that went into your drive, it's going to plug straight into the motherboard. But I don't know what the actual. I haven't dealt with this in forever.
These ones work via USB, is what you're saying?
Yeah, so I pulled up one that was actually Blu-ray compatible. It's and stuff like that. It uses USB 3.0. It's and everything else and stuff like that. Read write. The Blu-ray ones are going to be running you close to $50, but that's just a USB or USB-C plug-in, and then it just works because it's using the USB for power and data. So
Interesting. All right, yeah, I'll have to look into getting one of these then
You could
because
get you could probably get a bigger one, a better one that's probably going to cost more. But if you just want the drive itself, and it's going to plug into a
I
3.0
mean,
USB slot, you're
I
looking
want to
at
go
least
ahead and get
$50.
one that's Blu-ray for sure because I could like play
I
my
would.
movies and stuff on the if I wanted
And
to
like
do
everything
that.
else, shop around because you want to find a decent quality one, and you want to make sure the drive is going to do what you want it to do. So you want to make sure you're buying the right one. But I mean, for a decent Blu-ray run, 50, maybe 100 to 150, I was seeing on some stuff. The thing is, so the more expensive ones you're probably using for like a read write. So you're buying the a bigger, bulkier, more expensive one because it has a faster read write speed to like a Blu-ray or a disc. But if you're just trying to play like an old PC game, you could get one under $50, like off Amazon. It's just one of those things. Like it just depends on what you're trying to do with it. Is what you're
Yeah,
gonna buy.
I'm seeing
So
some like internal ones on Newegg. I just don't know how that it just wouldn't work with my case. So
if
unfortunately,
you don't have the case for it, I would just stick with the external. It's gonna do the same thing.
here's one. It's expensive though, but it looks like it does all the stuff that we're talking about. So LG 8X external USB 2.0 Blu-ray disc double layer DVD plus RW CD RW disc rewriter.
It sounds
100,
more like that one's that's probably
104.99.
one you're buying because you're trying to
Rip
burn
rip.
to rip and
Yeah,
burn a
see, I
lot of
don't care about.
stuff. So you're buying that because it's gonna be faster, but a lot of the cheaper ones will still read write and stuff like that. There may be some limitations, or it might be like a slower speed, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look and do that because they've pretty much been useless for
Yeah,
years.
because
Just
I'm pretty
for me.
sure now that I was thinking about it, I'm pretty sure the ones that you would put in the driver, like the internal ones, it's gonna be like a SATA connection, I believe.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
which type of SATA,
it
but
does the
essentially it's gonna be like a
data
SATA
drive.
cable that
Yeah,
plugs into the motherboard. Uh,
yeah,
which doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be faster than a USB. But yeah, it's not the worst thing to have, and you're not gonna break the bank getting one. For
no,
either older games or if you just want to digitize your library of CDs and DVDs.
yeah. I mean, I got a lot
At
of them.
that
I got
point,
like 50
at that point, getting the right software so it's not like the chapters aren't all mixed up would be more of the issue.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It'd be cool
'Cause I
to
think
get
what I
that better.
used to use back then, I think it was Handbrake is what I used when I was ripping all my stuff off.
Oh yeah, I remember Handbrake. I had that downloaded.
Well,
Yeah,
it's I think it's still
it's
around,
still
but that
around.
was
It's like
that
open
was the soft
source.
because the hardware's pretty easy to buy. You just need something that can read write essentially, Blu-ray. Because if it does
Yeah,
Blu-ray, it generally does DVD and CD by default.
right.
But yeah, outside of that little random tangent, obviously, Stellar Blade coming to PC June 11th, right around the corner, not too far away. There is supposed to be a same day patch for the PS5 when that release drops. I don't remember. There was some kind of some update coming with that game when it dropped on PC.
There's a whole list if you can pull it up, a whole list of Switch 1 games that are getting updates for Switch 2. Like I
I
was
know we did
really shocked.
a lot of it last time we
Oh,
talked.
did
Oh
did
yeah,
did we?
because because they say
Like
the
Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe got a update for 60
I
frames
think
per
most of
second
those
load.
games are gonna get some form of update for some kind of native stuff on the Switch too.
I mean,
But
that's cool.
yeah, for
That's
the PC version of Stellar Blade, it will have support for the NVIDIA DLSS 4 resolution scaling and frame generation,
oh,
as well as the
yeah.
AMD FSR3, with unlockable frame rates, both ultra wide 21 by 9 and super ultra wide, which is 32 by 9 support. Uh, yeah, obviously, and they're because they have actually went out and retweeted the fact that they are in support of people modding their game and stuff like that. So, which is always good to see when the actual developer comes out and then like encourages people to mod the game.
Yeah, I mean, I already seen, Completely Naked,
I
so
gotta pull up because
I
the
saw
demo
a
because
pregnant version of her,
yeah,
of
so there
Eve,
was a demo for this game that's out and it got pretty good
yeah.
numbers. I was trying to pull it out.
I got really good numbers for a demo. I'm
So the
100%
stellar,
getting it on PC.
I don't know if the save progress will move over, but the Stellar Blade, and this was like the first like day or two that it launched, and then obviously it's a perpetual drop off.
Yeah.
So there's 2,200 players right now playing the demo. It peaked 6 hours ago with 6,600 players, and then because these are all Steam numbers, and then it peaked 7 days ago with 26,400 players
Right on.
or concurrent players at one point. So I mean, that's good for a demo.
That's sick. That's sick.
I mean, and even for the demo, there were already people putting out mods, downloading mods on the demo alone, which are pretty easy and it's pretty obvious what the mods were if you ever played the game.
Hey, what's up,
types of outfits and stuff like that.
Retro Star Alliance saying, Mark, good to see you. Still
Hey,
is so cool. I love your podcast. Hey, we appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so that drops it drops Wednesday, and then I have like 2 weeks to play that before I have to like pack up my PC. So I don't know if I'll be able to beat the game again, but I plan on at least getting it and playing a little bit of it on PC, and hopefully it plays pretty well.
Yeah. So I guess what do we start with? We got a little bit of like last week news because we didn't do the podcast. Obviously, last week we played what's it called?
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1, yeah. Played Schedule 1.
I probably played that like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. So
yeah, I mean it's a fun game.
No, it wasn't that. It was the Elden Ring Nightreign.
That was for Saturday, but Friday we played Schedule 1.
Oh, because
the podcast
there was some issues.
Yeah.
So,
so a couple of these are from that, but we got Multiverses says goodbye. The game, basically, we already know WB has problems, right? But this is a 2024 game that was free to play, crossover fighting game. We played it when it was in beta a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
I guess it wasn't that long ago since it's 2024. It feels like it was forever ago, but we played it when it was in beta, and it's Smash Brothers clone that wasn't great. It got better over time, but I don't know. Anyway, they pretty much canceled it, and they said they put out a tweet. The entire community, the morning of the multiverse is shut down. Everybody mourning it, and like there's a bunch of people tweeting that they were pretty upset about it. It did have a community behind it, and it was being played competitively. So I get it.
Community. It was just not I don't know. The game just dropped off.
It's Warner Brothers, man. I mean, it's WB Games. I don't trust them with nothing anymore. The last thing they did good was the Batman VR. I mean, that was.
Oh, they can say like what Mortal Kombat.
The Mortal Kombat 1's not even good. But I'll tell you what, this Legacy Collection that's getting put out, that's cool. Like that franchise deserves it. It's never had that type of treatment, and like you're getting the Marvel versus Capcom collections, the Street Fighter collections, the other Capcom collections. Like there's a whole bunch of these fighting collections that are coming out. So like it's cool to see these because it brings it to modern platforms, and the fact that they're doing for the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, that they're doing all the versions that they're doing is insane. I mean, that amount of like for Mortal Kombat 1, you've got arcade, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Gear, and Game Boy. That's just for the first game. Every single version.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's really cool. So it's like a really good treatment for the series that deserves it for sure. But that has nothing to do with multiverses anyway. So next we have Elden Ring Nightreign. So it's 2 million units on the first day. So the game it's done very well.
I mean, even now on Steam, the game peaked at over 300,000 concurrent players last week, and then even right now, over 175,000 concurrent players. Well, I can't see myself putting in more than probably 10 hours into that game. It's a really popular game. It's doing pretty well.
I played it more after because we played it for 4 hours and we only beat day 1. The next day, I made it to day 3 with randos. Which is crazy. But
you start to learn it. Some of those people are probably just a lot better at that general gameplay, and you have to hunt down gear and stuff like that. And we weren't always the best optimized team. We're just like running around
not at all.
Stuff. So
we did that was
you definitely need like a plan. You didn't know where to go to get certain gear. What gear you need, where to get the weapons. You need to level up. That all that's important.
I will say this: I think it's a good game, but like a game like this, I would just play Monster Hunter. Like it's like the type of feel where you're taking down the big enemies, and you have to get, you know what I mean. At that point, like Monster Hunter Wilds is just a way better game. I mean, like I would rather just play that. This is a good game. I played way more of it. I got like 9 hours into it, which is pretty good. And I'm not good at any pretty much any From Software stuff except Armored Core. Like any of their Souls-like stuff, I'm terrible at. But I play every single one of them because I appreciate the games. I think they are good games. I'm just not good at them. But this is cool because it's like a multiplayer game, and you have to play. They do have a single player mode. They are doing duos. They're adding duos in, which is good. But starting out, you had to have 3 people, which was interesting. You would think it would be like 4 or 2 or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah. So they're updating things for it, and it'll probably have a steady. I think it'll have a steady, fan base for it and stuff like that. Elden Ring was a huge game. People, I'm hearing, good things mostly about this. It's getting like scores like 8, kind of across the board. So like it's getting good, kind of ratings from people and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
like
that.
it's generally fun. It's not probably it's not gonna
It's not like
please the
it's
core
not
Elden Ring.
amazing. It's not
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's not better than Elden Ring, but
But it's like
it's
a mini
fun.
stopgap game in between their other games and stuff like that. Have a smaller team make something smaller, it
Yeah,
allows them to put out more games and stuff like that. You don't have to put as much money into it and make a lot of money.
yeah, for sure. For
The
sure.
thing that some
It's
studios
cool
just
though.
don't do, like what's the name of the studio?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the studio.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The
God,
studio put out. Oh, I gotta pull up because it's killing me. The name of the studio now. I don't know why I'm blanking on it.
you got to tell me what you're talking about.
Uh, the studio put out Cyberpunk. I'm blanking on the name of the studio.
CD Project Red.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red. I don't have it pulled up, but they essentially came out and said they're only going to focus on AAA games. That's it. That's all they're going to put out. AAA open world games. They're not going to do anything other than that, essentially. Which I
Really?
think is not the best. Like, you can have a smaller team put out smaller games using
That's
the
not a
assets
good.
that you have.
That does not sound like a good decision at
It's
all.
only good if every AAA game you put out that take years is a banger. If it doesn't, you don't have that. You have less of a cushion, essentially.
Yeah, I
If a
mean,
game flops.
if you're only doing AAA games, and like for instance, the length of time that Cyberpunk was in development, the length of time with Witcher, that doesn't
Which
really make
is
sense. You're not putting out
4 or
a game.
5 about 4 or 5 years between each game.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. And like I'm mixed on. I'm definitely going to play the new Witcher, but I'm pretty mixed on some of the things I've seen about it. Like I like Cyberpunk 2077 a lot. I love Witcher 3, but I'm like kind of mixed. I got to play. I got to get my hands on it. I don't trust, I don't trust games media. I want to play it myself and judge it for myself.
Let's be fair, the Cyberpunk, the game was a botched launch, and the game that you're playing now is not the game that was like the
It's a
first year or
different
2.
game. A
The
totally different
2.0
game.
update, I mean, just the way leveling up with armor, cyberware, weapons, and your
Phantom
skills,
Liberty and
everything pre 2.0 update was completely, it was kind of a mess. The
did you see
2.0
it's
update
getting
was
an
like the actual what it should have been like at launch.
Did you know that it's getting a brand new update?
I saw something. I was like, oh, it's probably like the 2.1 they put out, something
So
minor.
they are putting out 2.3 patch launches soon. It says they pledge ongoing support for Cyberpunk 2077, saying it has at least one more patch in the work for the popular RPG still to come after 2.3.
I don't know. Did they say what's going to be in it? Because the 2.1, I think, or the 2.2, whatever it was,
I'm
just added
trying to
like
see what it adds.
cosmetics. It just affected like car play, combat in the cars and how running from the cops worked. It's a neat little update, but it wasn't anything like massive or groundbreaking.
Trying to see if there's any place that actually says what it does. I'm not
That's
sure.
kind of what I assumed it was going to be. So I'm like, it's neat, but it's like
It,
something here and there.
it,
And
it launches on June 26th. I'm not sure. My assumption is it has something to do with like the Switch 2 version coming out. They're probably like adding in some different little
maybe it's
small
probably
like,
getting Steam
tweaks,
Deck
and
support.
it says they have a surprise announcement for the game though. So I
So
don't know.
they've yet to come out and actually tell us what it is. It's just coming.
Yeah.
We know the date of the update, but I can't imagine it being something massive or something really
No,
big.
it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like a
It's not a. I doubt
Liberty
it's not going to be
City or
another Phantom Liberty DLC type thing.
yeah. It's definitely not gonna be that, but yeah. So we also got what is this here? Someone donated. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a commemorative plaque for Concord. When it sold right for over 3,000? Didn't it sell?
I don't know. I know it was. It
Pretty
was
sure
kind
it
of like
sold. I think this is an old article. I think it actually like sold. Yeah, this was on the
But somebody had
30th.
like a developer thing, and then the game flopped, so they didn't want it anymore. And people just wanted to have it at this point because it's a neat thing to have. But
But they had bids over 3,000, so like that's what it
yeah,
was going
I feel
for.
it's
I
like a
don't.
one of a kind, and you'd be like, "Oh, this game was terrible and it flopped," but I got this thing about it that it was supposed to be for like a developer.
Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. What a it's so funny. Uh,
Here and there, and it's gone.
oh my goodness.
But yeah, the new Destined Rivals Pokemon cards that dropped, Nintendo came out and actually revealed the pull rates and stuff like that. So the big stuff was in that new set, if you're able to get around and actually get cards for it, you have a 1 in 5 chance for any double rare card. You have a 1 in 16 chance of obtaining any ultra rare card, and then 1 in 12 chance of pulling a rare illustration card. Obviously, if you want a specific card, your odds go way up, and it's obviously a lot harder. But just getting those general types of cards is kind of like where you're at. They say there's about 244 new cards, with 83 of those dedicated to Team Rocket.
Yeah, my attempt to get a Destined Rivals ETB it's been completely a failure. I haven't been able to get one at
I guess
all.
I lucked into it. I haven't even
I
opened
got
it yet.
really lucky because I was like looking on. They're selling them for like 150. They're being sold, not asking price, selling for $150. Crazy to me. Absolutely would
Yeah.
never pay. That's stupid. So
I
like
guess I
at
just got
that
lucky when my
point,
GameStop restocked it and nobody been around to try to scalp them yet.
yeah, I went to Walmart probably 6, 7
Because
times
when I
looking
was in there,
for
they
it.
had at least 30 of the individual packs, and they had 6 of the ETBs.
I haven't been. I haven't
That
been
was the
able to
first
find
time in like
any
6
Destined
months
Rivals
I
anything.
finally saw them just sitting on a shelf, not like scalped immediately. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've tried, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I'm not going to fight over cards and stuff like that. It's just
yeah,
if you have to like go out of your way that bad, no thanks. I'll just,
it's one of those
if
like
I
if
find
I
it.
can find them on the shelf, I'll pick them
Yeah,
up. I'm not going to go out of
exactly.
my
I can
way to
find
hunt
them,
them
but
down.
I'm not gonna. People are crazy about it. I've watched people. I've watched people in person take all the stuff off the shelf and put it in their cart and leave nothing for everybody else.
At
Like
that point,
there's
it's
a
like, oh, it's not worth my time. I'm just
they
gonna
restock on
disengage with it.
Fridays at my Walmart and people line up waiting for the lady to finish restocking. And they went in there. The first guy that was in there had his cart, went in, grabbed all the big Pikachu V Max, the premium collection sets, the big ones, put
Yeah.
all of them in his cart. Took
Well,
all
let's
of them,
be
didn't leave
fair.
anything for
There is an
anybody.
easy fix to that, and it's a one per person type thing. Like no mixer
It
matching,
should be, but
one item per person per day.
it should
Like
be.
they put a limit on that stuff.
I mean, it's great. It's just great. It's crazy to me. But the Pokemon card stuff is absolutely wild. Like I went on Pokemon Center and everything, trying to get one from there because like that's the best. Like if you get the Pokemon Center ETBs, you sometimes get like extra cards and stuff inside the ETB. So like I kept trying to get in line for that, couldn't get through. I gave up. Like I just couldn't do it. I was
Yeah,
in line.
until whatever hype starts to at least die down a little bit to where the scalping's not as
Well,
bad. I'm just not gonna
I will say
engage
what
with
I
it.
did get lucky and get, which they're not out yet. They're not out for a little while, but I did get the black, what are they called? The white flare and black. I got both the ETBs for those, the next sets that
Okay.
are coming out. So I got lucky with those, but I could have gotten, I guess I didn't know, but when I went on, I could have also gotten a Destined Rivals ETB when I got through to get those. So I did kind of mess up there. But I mean, I got the next set. I care more about those anyway. Like the Team Rocket stuff's cool, but like that generation, those Pokemon, those legendaries stuff, black and white, I love it. So I'm pretty
And
excited.
that's the problem. It's gonna be another sought after set, which is gonna be
It's going
like
to be
really
a
hard to
very
find.
sought after. It's going to be a hard one. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for people to get, and it's going to be scalped and crap like that. So I'm lucky at least to get one of each of the ETBs. But what we got next?
This is not necessarily gaming related, but I saw it and I had a chuckle. Starting as of June 30th, for those that have the premium light subscription on YouTube, they'll now be getting ads on shorts, essentially. Shorts and music will now have ads on the YouTube premium light version.
There's a
Don't
light
know how bad
version.
that's going to be. I have just regular premium, so I don't get ads at all.
I have premium. Yeah, I think
I
I
had YouTube
great.
Premium when it was still called YouTube Red.
I remember
Because
YouTube. I had that too.
I am like 90% of my YouTube consumption's on my phone. And so
Yeah.
ad blockers don't really work like at all on the phone, at least
Right.
on an iPhone that I've had. So the $10 a month that I paid for years or whatever it is,
It pays off because I watch it more than anything else. Like I
to
consume
me,
more
it's worth
YouTube
it.
than I do any other medium.
Yeah, because when I first got it, it was both the no ads and
Yeah.
I could play any YouTube video in the background of whatever I was doing
And they've
on
got
my
I
phone.
haven't done it yet, but they got those YouTube video games you can play, which is pretty
I
crazy.
never got into that. But for me, it was worthwhile just because I use it mostly on my phone, and I'm sorry, I hate ads. It's why I don't really use Hulu or Netflix. Hey, pay our premium price, and then we're still gonna get you ads. I'm gonna pay $100 a month and still watch ads. Just drives me up a wall.
Yeah, I absolutely hate ads.
But obviously, if I was on a PC, it's a lot easier to ad block on there. But if you're gonna pay money to see at this point, just pay the money to see either see no ads or just watch the ads at all. I don't know why pay some money and still get ads. It would drive me insane.
Yeah, not a fan of ads at all.
And if YouTube Premium started having any kind of ads, that's when I would immediately cancel. Because I'm like, if I have to see an ad, what's the point of me paying you money to not see? I hate ads. I have no love for them. I have nothing but vitriol for ads. That's how I really feel about it.
No, I get it. What's the deal with this AI stuff that you put in here? I'm not.
This was more just kind of humorous, just to kind of like break up the monotony.
All right, so I think the locals.
I was pretty much saying this is what AI was built for.
Oh, I'm gonna crash out. I don't know what was in that, but I can't freaking sleep. Oh, might as well get morning's grub ready. I'm tweaking.
Boys, I'm cooking another massive trout.
Boys, I'm cooked. I'm out of Zins, and I'm about to crash hard. If I don't make it, give this
gotta have your Zins on you, bro.
Oh my god, this thing is so funny.
Boys, she's landed. We're eating like kings tonight.
This is funny.
All right, boys, trout's done. Fire roasted, wilderness style. Might be burnt. We'll find out.
Nah, that's the best AI thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, get Sasquatch. That's all that's on.
That's
awesome. On X or something like that.
I
saw this. I'm like, this is what AI was meant for. Just stupid videos. It's so funny.
That is hilarious.
There's a few types of these kind of videos that I saw. I just saw them like, I don't know. I thought it was really funny.
That is really, really funny.
AI Sasquatch now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I mean, there's everyone wants to talk about like the negative AI, and then like you don't talk about the positives.
Yeah, it's one of those things, just like everything else, it can be negative and positive. Just like the internet, man. Think about the dawn of the internet. People were like, "Oh my god, this is so bad. This is not good for people." And then, like at the end of the day, the internet's both good and bad. You know, social media.
It's how you use it.
It's how you
like
use
other
it.
things. You should use certain things like social media probably in moderation. You shouldn't just
moderation
be on it all day, every day. Same thing with your
That's
phone. You
the
shouldn't be on
problem
your
with
phone.
people. That's the problem with people on social media way too much. It's not good. It's not healthy. We're not meant to do that. That's not how we're meant to communicate. We're supposed to be, actual social creatures. It's
like in person, essentially.
Yeah, I mean that's how we're designed. That's in our DNA. That's how we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be, only talking to people that are 5 minutes down the road and you're texting them all the time. That's it. You know what I mean? Not seeing
What's
people.
the idea? You used to know all your neighbors right where you live, and then if you're in the city or a lot of other times, you don't know who your neighbors are. You never talk to them.
I will say I am very thankful that I grew up in a time where we were kids, didn't have phones, being outside, doing whatever.
Again, you have your parents like, you've been on the hour playing on PC or playing like you've been on that for an hour. Go outside, which means you go outside, don't come back in.
Like we wanted to play more games, obviously, or what we do is go to a friend's house and then play more games,
or just go outside, play your DS or something like that, or be like, I don't know. I guess we'll ride our bikes around.
I mean, I remember we would just go play outside. I was like climbing your tree and stuff. You know what I mean? We just had a biker gang.
Go outside and play. Get outside, climb the tree. What are you doing? I'm like, you told me to go outside and just do something. I thought this was fun.
Yeah. I mean, that I am thankful that we grew up in time. Like I didn't get a cell phone until I was in high school, and at that point it was a track phone. So there was
all it did was text and calls.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even unlimited text or calls. It was
it wasn't even unlimited. Minutes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you had to buy the minutes.
You had it was by that's why you had to shorthand the text because
I'm thankful. I am thankful for that because it's one of those things like I do not. It's worrisome for kids growing up now, like with me having a kid and how much like she wants to be on her tablets and
And so you have to,
already
like,
with the
monitor
social
her and be
media.
like, "No, like, get off of it. You don't do this."
Yeah, it's one of those things, and like these kids, they want to be like on the tablet all day long. Like that's all they want to do. It's
You
not
just have
just
to be it's like you have to be, you know,
you
kinda
got to be
be
a
that
parent.
parent now and be like, "No."
You got to be a parent.
Definitely
That's the thing.
definitely you're not gonna be on social media, you're too young.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it's
Just
one of
'cause at
those
that
things.
point,
Though,
you're like, "I have no idea what you're gonna be exposed
there's
to."
kids in my my daughter's grade that have phones and social media already. Bro, she's in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, like it's just crazy to me. You know,
And
and
then you look back, you're like, "You know what? At the time, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, 'Oh, this is BS.' You get older, you're like, 'You know what? I see where you're coming from now and understand it.'"
and then the way I see my daughter like scroll through the YouTube shorts and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is like the TikTok thing." You know, the way
It's the
they
exact same
scroll,
thing.
it's the exact same thing and it's like not it's just it's like not good.
'Cause
But
what
this is
they
going on a whole tangent, you
yeah,
know,
the whole
on
tangent, 'cause I think there's an issue with, you know, short-term attention with
yeah, the
short-term
attention
content, man.
span's it's a huge problem. It really is a big problem with both adults and kids
I find myself
every
around be like, "All right, I've been on this phone too long," and actually, I don't know who does it, but randomly, if you're ever on Instagram scrolling, some people start posting some of these videos. I see them on Instagram and YouTube where it's like a I can't remember one of the guys from like Skyrim. They've like added voice. You're like, "Stop doom scrolling, get off," essentially. And you're like, "Oh, oh man, I've been here for like 30 minutes. What's going on?"
I pretty much I'm like barely ever on Instagram. I barely even check it. I the same with TikTok. I never get on.
It's
The
weird.
only time I get on is the post, and I don't scroll. I
The
do
only
get
time
on
I'm
it.
ever
I do
really
have a
on,
problem with scrolling on X and Facebook. Those are the two I scroll on the most because I get like the most news or like updates and
yeah,
um
I guess it's weird because
friends.
the most time I'm scrolling on it, like on Instagram or X, is usually at work when I'm not doing anything. 'Cause when I
Yeah,
come
the
home,
same.
I'm intentionally not. I'm
Trying to not be on your phone.
playing games or on my computer doing just something else. But
Yeah.
social media, I intentionally be like, "Oh, I'm gonna not do this because I'm trying to do something else." So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where you gotta
getting paid.
you gotta monitor your usage of the stuff and like just being
Yeah,
on social media all day.
and
Like
actually, it's if
I
you're
see
like, I
people
know
that
at
have
least
like
I know
16
iPhone.
hours a day spent on their phone. Like you have
Yeah,
you're on the phone all day. The only time you're not on it is when you're sleeping. You know what I mean? And it's just
yeah.
crazy to me.
And then I assume it's on every phone out there, but especially the iPhone. Like there is like a usage report
Yeah,
for the phone
that's what I'm
itself, and then
saying.
how much time you spend on each apps.
I see people post and screenshot those, and that's what I'm saying. Like I see people with 16 hours. I'm like, how?
That means
I mean,
you're on
how
it
are you
when
doing
you
it?
woke up, when you go to bed. That's
know,
probably
like
a good way to track, to be like, all right, I need to start cutting certain
I do have
usage, like,
high
I don't wanna waste my
usage
time.
because I'm listening to videos on YouTube in the background, like
But
when I'm
that's an easy
working.
thing to discern. Like, oh, if it's most of it's like YouTube in the background, but
That's
you know, you're doing other things while you're listening to
yeah,
a video. That's easy to like discern, especially because I still think the phone will say this was more background usage and this was like active usage or something like that as
right,
well. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's cool that you can monitor that stuff, but like mine's like definitely elevated because of the YouTube in the background while I'm working. Like I'm always playing videos or podcasts or
I've
whatever
done
in the
that before. Where it's
background.
like, oh, I got to drive 2 hours one way and then 2 hours back. I'm definitely downloading videos or a podcast and listening to that, or
I'll
doing
tell you
stuff
what,
like
you should
that.
watch. This is totally off topic, but Cash Patel, how do you say it? Patel? Is that his name?
Patel?
Cash Patel was on the Joe
Yeah.
Rogan podcast today. Pretty interesting episode. You should check it out.
I haven't
He's,
listened to Joe Rogan in a few months. I know
well,
there's
I
some
mean,
episodes I have to go back
his
and listen
particular
to.
episode's actually kind of interesting. You would like it, but
It's one of those
anyway,
where it's like I don't listen to it for everything, but I usually listen for certain guests is when I go back and watch.
well,
But
he's a pretty interesting one to listen to because he had a lot to say and there was some stuff brought up and yeah, I don't know, it was cool. But
I don't want
anyway,
to dig into it. But I just because you were talking about it, those Trump Elon breakup memes are some of the funniest stuff that I saw today.
bro, I have seen so much
Oh
of
my god, I was
that.
like dying laughing.
I have seen so much of that. It's absolutely crazy.
Oh god, like I'm not gonna go any further than that. But some of the stuff.
Yeah. Let's not get into that because that's a Retro Star said, "I love Joe Rogan, Elon Musk forever." All right.
All right,
So,
but So this was kind of posted by Nintendo Deal on X, apparently saying that it was. I don't know if this is a rumor, like a hard they pulled up from the website because there wasn't an actual hard link, but that Nintendo will for free repair any stick drift on the Switch 2.
Yeah,
essentially. I assume this is the actual website. From what they say, no reports of stick drift. It's probably not going to happen it shouldn't happen out of the box. Teardown reveals the stick mechanic is essentially it's the same mechanics of the Switch one, more or less. They say
it's the same mechanic as all of the current controllers because Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, none of them are using the new the ones where you can't get stick drift. So
yeah, and
they're cheap.
I've heard some people say that it could be an issue with at least the attachable ones because you're dealing with magnets and it already has some kind of connection. But let's be fair, it's cheaper and everyone's just going to go with the cheaper option, especially when you look at these numbers in mass.
The other option is cheap because you see these companies that are making these $30 controllers and they use that and they'll never get stick drift ever. And it's crazy. It's not expensive. So like, I don't understand, but what I do understand is they don't want to use it because they want you to buy more controllers. That's why they don't do it.
I've never had stick drift on the Switch 1, but I've never really.
Oh, I do. I got on my OLED. I didn't have I have it on my V1, but I got on my OLED after a few months
I don't use the actual Joy-Cons hardly ever unless I'm playing in handheld, which is not a common thing, so I just never really ran into it. But they say the free replacements are for the US. Other regions don't necessarily get this treatment, so it's only apparently only confirmed for the US, and then obviously they say it happens on every console and stuff like that.
It is actually really it's really satisfying taking these off. Like I thought it was going to be.
You actually get the proper Switch click, like in the trailers and stuff.
It just goes in perfect. It feels great. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like just slides right in. You don't have to mess around with anything at all. It's really cool. It's a lot bigger. Like I said, I already put my OLED up. I thought about taking a comparison photo, but it is a lot bigger. It sticks out of the dock a lot more because it is so much bigger. The dock is like slightly bigger, but the dock is like curved more now. So like
it's less angular.
So it makes it look even bigger. Like it sticks out a lot out of it. So you're gonna have to worry about dust and stuff like that.
To be fair, I'll probably have like a bigger upgrade because I'm going from I never had the OLED. I'm going from the regular.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna have a bigger upgrade then.
And then they also came out and said like they don't want you like taking off the film on it because it's there to protect itself. They say against
it has a film
shattering.
I didn't even know that it's on the OLED too. I had no idea, but I've got a screen protector on this already. I put it on it.
I didn't order one. I'll probably eventually get one of the actual like tempered glasses just because
that's what this is. Yeah, tempered glass one.
But
I just to be safe, I don't want to. They're a lot more expensive than the other Switches. So
I assume it's not like the default, like when you get a new TV or a monitor where it's like intended for you to peel off type thing. It's not that kind of plastic where it's gonna just come off on its own pretty easily.
Yeah,
normally it were for the packaging type thing. It's something else that you could technically dig at and peel off.
But something else we will be so we'll probably be streaming Switch 2 for the next probably a couple weeks, I think. And then I downloaded Fast Fusion. You actually you can get it's only $15, but it has game share. So I already bought it. You don't even have to buy it to play it with me. It has game share, but I mean, like it's $15 and it's really good. It's a really good racing game for $15. It's like an F-Zero. Definitely a cheaper game, but it's still a lot of fun. Like I was having fun with it, playing it by myself and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Coffee? Nintendo is never about making high quality. It's low quality with high end feeling. It's always about the games. I'll say this: a lot of third party manufacturers happy Nintendo didn't go with Hall Effects. Well, I wish they went with Hall Effect joysticks, but it's to
be fair, you probably eventually
because they want you to buy more. I looked at the you know how much the Joy-Cons are now?
How much?
$90. $90 for Joy-Cons. You know how much the dock is? If you buy another dock? $120.
I was about to say the Switch 1 dock was like $80-$90. It was still fairly expensive.
Like holy crap, $90 for Joy-Cons? Oh my god, I hope nothing ever happens to my Joy-Cons. You know what sucks about I love the new way that the Joy-Cons work with the attachment, but what sucks about that is what was really cool about the other the Switch 1 was I didn't use regular Joy-Cons. I put on my own Joy-Cons from other companies that I like better. I had GameCube Joy-Cons that were really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then like I took off today because I said I put it back in the box. Like I had I forget what the company the Hori grip ones. They felt better and there were no problems with them, stuff like that. I just didn't like to feel the Switch 1 Joy-Cons were too small. These are bigger, so it does feel better. But
I mean, to be fair, given enough time, probably in the next year, you're gonna have third-party Joy-Con start coming out.
I just wonder how it's gonna work because it's got to be magnetic and it's got to fit that part in the middle of the.
Well, I mean, there's kind of like the other one where it was a little simpler because it had to.
You could just slide it down, but this one, I mean, you've got obviously this piece here. This, so I'm curious.
It just means that connection has to be the same, or at least modeled the same. So,
yeah.
They'll have to probably in some ways get creative about it, but I'm sure it won't take them too long to.
Oh wow, I'm doing the mouse mode right now. It actually is works fantastic. I'm surprised.
Oh, Mr. Covey said I waited for GameStop to clearance out old Joy-Cons. Got 2 pairs for $40.
Oh, this is crazy.
Now you just have to wait for the Switch 3 to come out, and then you get these ones for like $50.
No, what I'm hoping, I heard there's a rumor, and I want to do it because I missed out, and I'm so mad. They did it with the 3DS, the new 3DS XL and the new 2DS XL. They marked them down to $100, and now they're like $350. Like the Galaxy ones, they had them at $100.
Oh yeah,
I heard a rumor that the Switch Lites are all going to be $100. So if they're going to be $100, I'm gonna buy up a couple of.
It wouldn't surprise me because at this point, once the Switch 2's out, they need to start essentially clearing inventory.
I don't want to regret not doing that again if I want those for something down the road or whatever. Like I mean, $100, that's nothing.
Now, you could do what I do. You get essentially you buy like a Switch Lite or like a second DS just for like Pokemon to trade.
I mean, I regret so much not getting. I would have got one of all. Like I would have got the Galaxy new 3DS XL. I would have got the new. I did get the new 2DS XL, which I have over here plugged up. But I would have got like the other ones that they had. They were all $100. I regret not getting the new 3DS XL. I still need one. I cannot.
I mean, hey, you get a refurbished DSi or DS Lite, whichever it is, for like $60.
I got a DSi, but I mean, I want a new 3DS XL. I cannot find one. Like I went into a local game store yesterday and they had the Galaxy new 3DS XL in there for $350. I'm like I can't do that.
I think I paid for both of mine like under $300.
Like it's just frustrating, man. I want one so bad because there's so many of the 3D
it's that time either you have to wait and hope the price drops in like 5-10 years, or you just have to suck it up and eat the cost.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. Like I like the feel. So like if I want to play a game without the 3D, and which is a lot of the games, like I said, there's certain games I want to play 3D, like Super Mario 3D Land, Ocarina of Time 3D. Like some of the 3D works really, really well with the new 3DS XL. But then a lot of the games I don't want to play 3D at all. The 2DS XL has a better screen. It uses a different screen and it's bigger. It feels better than the new 3DS XL. So like if you don't want to play 3D at all, that's the way to go for sure. Like I love it. I'm glad I have that, but I don't like that I don't have the other one for the 3D games that I want to play. Like, and there's some games like Spirit Camera, for instance, which is a horror game I really like. You have to have the 3D. It's an AR game. Like there's just different games I want to be able to play and stuff like that. And it just kind of blows, but
yeah.
Going off my tangent again.
No, you're good.
Hey,
we did get some stuff. The Stellar Blade developers Shift Up came out and essentially what they say re-revealed their Project Witches game as Project Spirits alongside new artwork. And then they said the global release was planned for 2027. I don't know how much about this we talked in the past.
I don't remember.
The way this website works is not the best. But the way it had some unique artwork, and I'm pretty sure this is official artwork for the new game, essentially.
Yeah, it is. I saw.
Which means they're not shying away from their design, which I appreciate.
No DEI. Retro Star says, "I love Mark's opinions. You're a great guy, my friend."
Always nice appreciate it. As well as if you're trying to get some accessories for the Switch. Bring this up real quick because I believe these are officially licensed RDS. You can actually get them on Amazon right now.
I do need to get
share this tab instead. So you can get different types of cases significantly cheaper than what Nintendo's first party was and stuff like that. And you can shop around. Like they've got essentially Nintendo's version of the case where it has the this one. I think this one is for the actual Switch One. But where it has the Switch, the controller, the actual dock, you can put your whole setup in a box to go. Where it's like $60, not like $90.
Yeah, there's like thousands of Switch 2 carrying cases already on Amazon.
Because I just
it's funny.
It was like I don't know if this one works with. It'd be nice if this worked with the Switch 2. It'd be significantly cheaper, but
I'd put it away. I literally just got a Switch 1 brand new carrying case for free today. Where did I put it?
It's not bad, but yeah, if you want essentially a cheaper third party, but it's officially licensed, RDS or Amazon stuff like that. No, this is RDS.
RDS. Okay.
This is officially.
I like So I have. Let me show you this. I like the big bags.
Yeah, more room the better and stuff like that. So at least you can get something Switch related.
I got the backpack. I use it for everything. Like I use this almost every single day. Got the Game Junction on there, the Wind Waker, but it's an actual Switch carrying bag, and it's got like spots for Joy-Cons and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Everything for like on the go or something.
I use it like for conventions. I use it for work to put my stuff in. Just like it's cool. I think it was only $60. It was pretty good. It's a nice bag.
And I guess before we get into the main stuff to talk about, there was essentially rumored that at the Xbox Showcase, which is Sunday, we'll get a rumor for the Persona 4 remake will actually be announced then. So obviously the Persona 3 Reloaded did pretty well and stuff like that. And the two games that I played, really well. Four was the first one, and I really liked 4 gameplay wise and music wise. The problem was I
Golden is myself.
I just didn't bother to go back.
It's weird. I don't like the standard Persona 4, but I like Persona 4 Golden a lot.
I think that's the one I had because I had it on the PS Vita.
Yeah, you had Golden. Yeah. Golden was great.
I had Golden, and then I had the rhythm game that came out like a year later.
Hooray for a big bag spicy art. Yeah, I like those. If they make a Switch 2 version of that, I'll totally get that to carry my Switch 2 around. But I haven't seen any. I haven't even seen any like other first party cases besides the one you showed. So
it just came out. Like, let's be fair. Well, let's be fair. The RDS was notable because it was.
I saw one at Walmart today. There was one, but it was just literally a simple, small.
No, like you're gonna have other third party ones. They're just not gonna be licensed by Nintendo.
I just like the travel ones to be able to put games in, controllers, all that. Like they had the standard little one for $20 at Walmart. They had one of them. But other than that, I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. But there's tons of third-party ones. Like it doesn't really matter. Like right here is an RDS one. This is the one I saw at Walmart. Officially licensed, $20. Says it holds 12 game cards, micro SD card case. It's just like a small little case, essentially. But anyway, we'll move on from that.
Yeah, I guess we got. Oh, sorry, you can hit that up.
No, you're good. I don't even know where we're at.
No, so before we get to the main, the Sony and the State of Play and the Summer Games Fest, I think these were stuff for last week. The Yooka-Laylee studio, Playtonic, is essentially confirming a bunch of layoffs coming here soon. Which have they done anything since that game came out? And I thought the game didn't do.
Well, they have a new game coming out. The Yooka-Laylee is coming out.
Okay, so it doesn't surprise me because I felt like when that game first came out, it didn't.
The first game didn't do well. The Layers game, the second game, which was a totally different type of game, it was like
I didn't even hear about that one coming out.
People loved that game, and it was really good. I really liked it. And this new one looks really good. I mean, it's obviously trying to be Banjo-Kazooie essentially, which I like. I like 3D platformers and. So I'm excited to see this, but it's like this game is not even out yet, and they've got all these layoffs going on. That's not good for
Which means they don't expect the game to do well.
that concerns me because I was actually looking forward to playing that. I love 3D platformers, but this is a statement. I'll read the statement. Platonic, a sad note from all of us at Platonic. This is one of those messages we never wanted to have to write. We've all seen in recent years how the games industry has been changing, resulting in studio after studio finding themselves in situations where to continue to exist, they must make painful decisions. Decisions that impact the lives of so many individual talented developers. Like others, we felt the knock-on effects, and after exploring every possible avenue, we've had to make the incredible, heartbreaking decision to say goodbye to some truly brilliant members of the Platonic team. This isn't a reflection of anyone's talent or dedication. The people leaving have poured so much heart, creativity, and care into everything we do. They've helped shape our studio, our games, and our culture. And we're incredibly proud of what we built together. This isn't simply a difficult moment. It's a period of profound change in how games are created and financed. The landscape is shifting, and with it, so must we. Our thoughts are with those who are parting ways with us. Saying goodbye to such skilled, kind, and committed people is the hardest part of it all. We will always consider you part of the Platonic family, and we'll do all that we can to support your next steps. If you're reading this and you're hiring, we can't speak highly enough of our departing team members. You'd be lucky to have them. To our industry friends who may be facing similar challenges, we send you our solidarity, strength, and hope for a brighter path forward. To everyone affected, thank you. Truly, with heartfelt thanks, Platonic team. So, I mean, it's kind of like a general statement, but that is like the biggest general statement I've ever seen for anybody doing the layoff. So,
Yeah,
it does bring into point that it is hard for these smaller studios to just exist and stay. You know, it really is. I mean, like,
you have to keep your development costs
if you don't
low
have
and
the
hope
big
you can,
finance behind you,
yeah,
you're screwed. You know,
or you have to stay the indie route and hope you hit a home run out of the park that it can keep you financed for years to come.
yeah. And I don't know like the back end of. I don't think anybody. I think Platonic is an independent studio. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense because it would be pretty. It's obviously you got to have the finances behind to pay the people to develop the game. So it's like,
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where like it's the best time for video games, but at the same time you're seeing all these layoffs and stuff. It's like the worst time ever for anybody that ever wanted to get.
it's the worst time for AAA studios for sure. Because
Yeah,
the
I mean,
indie scene's
indie-
blowing up because AAA games
For
have
sure.
just been terrible for years now.
I mean, we're getting like really good game, like Stellar.
Well, the other
Boys,
problem
for
is
instance, like,
it's like having you're for what you're trying to do and the amount of money you're making. Like some of these development studios, you could argue just are way too big than they should be, even for AAA. Like if your staff was never this big, you wouldn't put yourself in a hole where you need to hit X amount of million sales copies essentially. Then in fact, the ballooning costs just in general are just unsustainable. Like if you need to like hit 6, 7, 8, 9 million copies sold for a AAA game just to break even or to be profitable enough, like that's not a good situation to be in.
I wanted to share this real quick. I thought this was interesting. How do I zoom in?
I do that on the actual browser itself on the tab. So however you zoom in on your web page.
I don't know how to do it. Anyway,
usually like the top right, at least on Chrome, top 3 things, you click that and then it's got the zoom button for you.
There's
on
that.
Your actual.
Scott Wozniak, Scott the Woz, obviously. He said Nintendo sent me a Switch 2, Mario Kart World, Pro Controller and camera for free. I already pre-ordered like 3 of them, so I donated this one to the Nationwide Children's Hospital in Toledo, Ohio. We all played Mario Kart together. Take that, Nintendo. That's pretty cool, man. I like this guy. He's one of the genuine gaming YouTubers I can watch. That's, you know, there's no scandals behind him. You know, he's just a dude.
It's just a dude he's just not an RPG guy.
Yeah, you know, I do have that problem with him. I
haven't watched a lot of his
playing
videos
the right
recently,
ones.
but yeah,
he's not playing the right ones, but you know,
I mean, not everyone's into every type of game. Like I'm just not a fighter game guy, so
yeah, I'll get you into him somehow.
No, much as you try, it's just never going to be a thing.
It's funny, like back in the day. I mean, like I played them and stuff growing up. If we like rented them, or I got it for Christmas or birthday, but like I wasn't like super into them at all.
I've never been into them.
I really got into them like the past couple of years, and I think the biggest reason is like they're the best pick up and play for a short time type of game. Like,
yeah, I could see that.
You know, I can do a couple of matches of Fatal Fury. Like if I got like a half an hour, I can do a couple of even if I had 10 minutes, I can do a couple of matches and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real quick and easy to get out and
yeah.
play.
I mean, sometimes you just want to play games and relax, and I don't play as much first-person shooters because they're competitive and they're very stressful, and I like lose my temper playing those games. And I just I'm not having a fun time
on Elden Ring, and we talked about it yesterday. I'm like,
oh,
Mark,
that was like a little crack. You've never heard me just like,
oh, bro, I've heard you go off. You got off before. You went. It was
not
funny.
On anything
I thought
really
it was funny though. You were
like,
I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
I used to lose my temper playing like Siege all the time. Like,
bro,
I was into it. I
know
that much.
You do. It happens. I've seen you do it.
That's why I don't play those games anymore, because it's too. I get it too into it. I'm too competitive, and it's just like if it doesn't go your way, I'm just like losing.
Yeah, Neek said, "I'm a story-driven player, but why do I like Schedule 1?" I mean, yeah, you know, it's
yeah, but there's no story to it. It's just it's kind of like those. I like
story too.
Relaxing games. It's more of like it reminds me kind of like
kind of a relaxing
you hop in,
game.
You do some random stuff and you hop out.
Yeah, and he said exactly pick up and play value. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me as an adult and parent is to have pick up and play. Where it's like, I love RPGs, but gosh dang, it's so hard to get through them, especially like the big ones that I really like Metaphor, Persona. Like I definitely will play them. They just it takes me forever to get through.
You have like 5 to 10 games that you really like, so you just play those same games over and over and over again.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how many times I've played
like Schedule 1 came out. It's like all I wanted to play was that when that came out, and it's like
I think you
find these games that you just like attach to, so it's like a game you always go back and play. Rocket League was one for you. Matt said the same thing. He's got like 1,500 hours in Rocket League or something.
Rocket League, like, let's be fair, like a match is like 5 minutes. You can hop and play 3-4 games in a half hour, an hour, something like that.
I like it. I just didn't get into it like that, but I've had the games where I've gotten, I mean,
Rocket League's one of those games I quit because, well, it's a competitive game, and I don't always have fun especially like I'm playing well, but I've got a teammate that's playing terrible, and I'm losing games, and I just start losing my mind, and I just start yelling at my computer. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm stressing out too much.
Yeah, you do.
I'm too competitive when I play competitive games. That's my problem.
All right. Well, we got apparently this is a rumor reports that Xbox is pulling back development on their handheld console, which is unfortunate because I actually did want to get that. I thought it would have been the cool.
But weren't they already kind of like
partnering
with Asus ROG?
Yeah, it was.
So like, let's be like
the reason that I would have wanted it is because it would have like had a direct access to Game Pass plus everything else that you could do with Asus ROG Ally. You know what I mean? Like Game Pass has so many games, adding games all the time. Like it's its own value there.
So when the new Asus device comes out, they're just going to have Game Pass installed.
That's what I'm going to probably have to end up getting. I was going to get the Xbox One, but if that's the case, I'll just get the new Asus.
There's no point when you can just play other games on PC.
I like handheld though. I love to play I'm a handheld guy. I've got
even with the Switch, I play it like 90% of the time.
Bro, I've got 3 Switches in the house. Like I've got Game Boys. I've got I love handhelds. I really like handhelds.
They're fun, but if I have the option to play it on a
especially for pick up
screen
and play,
or like on a TV screen, I'll play it on that all day.
I get it, and I love playing on PC too. But it's like sometimes I just want to, even if like laying down or sitting on the couch or something, or daughter's doing something, I can pick up my handheld device and play it there. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
Yeah,
I can't always be sitting at the computer to play games. Like, and all my consoles are at the computer.
I can, but it's
you
a
can.
situation.
But all my consoles are also in the computer area, so it's just everything together. Like
my computer is right next to my TV.
I've got my PS3 right here plugged in, my Series X, my Wii U, my Analog Pocket Dock, my PS5 Pro. I've got my PlayStation Explorer over here, my Wii U gamepad, my 3DS XL. Like I got everything over here. The Switch 2, my Game Gear, my modded Game Gear. Like, I got all my stuff like sitting right here. So, I pretty much have to play here. I play on monitors. I don't play on TV anymore. I haven't played on TV in years. So
you're just gonna need a TV that's above your monitor. Then you can.
If I had a good TV, if I got like the one of the C1 or the C4s TVs, like that had like all the features that you know, the VRR and auto low latency, all the stuff that's pretty much required, the high frame rates,
you'll be good.
Plasma. I care about the frame rates. That's a problem. You have to have the HDMI 2.1. You want the high frame rates. You have to.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I can't get that, there's no point. Like, I got a 480 hertz monitor. You get a TV is 60 hertz. You know what I mean? Like a general TV is always like 60 hertz.
Yeah.
Until you get into the expensive stuff, and you're talking thousands. Like the C4 is like a $1,500 TV. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I guess
that price an ultra wide monitor is going to be cheaper.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know. 4K is becoming standard now. Like 2 of my monitors are 1440p. Got one 4K monitor.
Me and my homies are already at 16K. You got to catch up.
What?
16K gaming. That's where it's at.
Bro, you know there's a 520 hertz monitor that just came out? 520 hertz monitor.
I don't know why you need that many hertz, but I mean,
that's
go ahead.
Crazy. That's insane.
I guess if you have that much disposable money, you can buy it. But
I actually don't think it's that expensive in comparison to some of the high end monitors. I think it's actually more affordable than even like the Sony one.
How much is it?
I don't remember. I think it's like $800.
$800 affordable?
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying it is affordable, but I'm saying when you're comparing like this M2 like Sony monitor is like a $1,500 monitor. I buy
it's because it's a Sony monitor. You don't buy Sony monitors. You're getting ripped off.
I got a Samsung monitor, a Sony monitor, and an Alienware monitor.
Yeah, but I got a Samsung that works just fine, and I got a Gigabyte.
The Samsung's my ultra wide, which I usually don't even game on. I usually game on
my ultra wide's a Gigabyte. So the people that made my motherboard made my ultra wide.
Nice.
It was $300. I get it's only 144 hertz, but it's good enough for me.
I mean, 144 hertz is good. Yeah, I mean that's my ultra wide's 144 hertz, so that's good. I mean, like I would say that is now like in 2025 is like kind of the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like 144 hertz. If you want to have
but it does enough for me. Like I don't need a frame rate higher than 144. At that point, it's good enough for me. Anything if it's over 60,
I mean, it's cool to have, but I'm just saying like but
at that point there's a level of diminishing returns.
There is. I mean, yeah, like the 520 hertz monitor. It's like at this. Like, is there any games? What games are taking advantage of that right now?
At that point, the only advantage you could have is if you're playing a very competitive, like a first person shooter, and you're like at the esports scene where every
this Sony monitor is an esports monitor. It has like the setting where you can I forget what it's called, but they like box it in for FPSs, so it makes it like black all around, and it makes it a small. This is how they play competitively. I don't understand it, but it has this.
It has everything to do about getting every advantage,
and also has like the
latency to the refresh rate and how quickly things pop up on screen matter, because it's you talk about like Twitch
I was way wrong. So ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 520 hertz monitor. $297 on sale right now. That's that way less than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's at least affordable.
Yeah,
but let's be fair. Like, if half the games I'm playing are RPGs, I don't need more than like 100, 100 frame rates or 100 frames.
Do you have a G-Sync monitor?
It's a Gigabyte. I assume it is. I don't know. I haven't dug into it.
I was just curious. All right. Anyway, so we got Summer Game Fest. Obviously, just happened. We did get a lot of announcements
today,
there.
And it lasted way too long, and there's way too much crap baked into it.
This is a Jeff Keighley event. So what do we expect here?
Oh my god! It was like I think I hit the hour 40-minute mark before I was just like, I'm so bored. I just turned it off.
Nick said, "But what if I want the setup of a pro gamer and the play style of a cat?" That's pretty much me. Like I like having the Like I like the monitors I have. I like the different options with the different hertz, and I like having 40
whatever you
monitor
can afford without like overspending on your.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like you just shop around and find deals like Black Friday or like there's different deals. 2 of my monitors, I got off Facebook Marketplace. My Samsung ultra wide, I got it Facebook Marketplace. Thing was practically brand new. I have the box for it, had everything in it. The guy said he used it like 5 times total and just had no use for it. And I've never had a problem with it. And it's a 2024 monitor. So like I got it on a 3. I think it's an $800 monitor, and I paid $250 for it. So pretty good deal. But anyway, I mean, they just shop around and stuff like that. But anyway, Summer Game Fest, we got the announcement. I don't know, Mark, if you're able to pull up the video or not of Resident Evil 9.
I'm just gonna leave him muted, but
okay,
just in
yeah,
case.
yeah.
Obviously, digital out, and this was during.
Is this Resident Evil 9?
Yes, I didn't see this. This is one of the few big ones that I didn't see live because I think this came out later.
Yeah, this is huge. This is a big deal, obviously, and I think it's going back to the third.
Because I remember they teased something earlier on because they were talking about like the what anniversary? It's like Resident Evil anniversary happening. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think I know.
I'm pretty sure this is mostly
finally
cinematic.
Revealed Resident Evil 9. So this is called Resident Evil Requiem, is what it's called. It's set to be released February 27th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and has described it as being a shift in the series.
Yeah, because this is just a cinematic trailer, so you're just getting story. This is not actual gameplay. So.
I thought I heard that this is going back to the third-person view and not first-person anymore.
Well, we won't know for a fact until we actually get gameplay trailer, probably.
Yeah, this one I missed. Like, I had it up live, but this one I did not get to see live.
Like I'm gonna be fair. It doesn't really affect. I'm not a Resident Evil guy, so it's nice for people that are fans of it, but it's nothing that would like get me hyped.
Yeah, dude, 2 podcasts covering all the announcements. Yeah, I know. We said we expected this one to probably be a long one. We're not doing too bad though. We're towards the end already, and it's only 9:39.
And let's be fair, there was a lot of crap in both of these announcements. So there's not a lot. This was like a 2-hour thing. And
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of filler,
maybe 5 to 10 legit games that they showed.
But this one,
in the first 15 minutes, they showed 2 games and only actual proper trailer of 1. So it was a really slow start.
Bro,
to
all the Jeff Keighley events are.
I'm like, I don't.
Awards, everything.
I'm saying, like, you're trying to justify you wasting money on this giant auditorium that you rented. I'm like, I don't care. Just show me the trailers. I don't. I'm one of those people that does. I don't care about the behind the scenes. This is how much effort. This is what we're trying to do.
I know, where they show like the studio heads or like people working in the studio. I hate that crap.
I don't
just show me the game.
I'm one of those people, like, to be fair, most of us don't care about what's going on behind the scenes. I just care about
here?
The actual game. I mean, some level of story.
That's looking a little rough there.
I
know it's obviously a cinematic trailer, but it looks really good for cinematic.
So did the Witcher 4 trailer, and 100% the game's not going to look like that.
No, I mean, for sure.
So you have to be wary. Like, this is a pre-rendered.
But it is coming out on PC too, so I mean, probably be pretty great on PC. I think I'd want to pick.
The problem is, I'm pretty sure there's a story with every single game's tied into the actual overarching story of this world. So like, I have no idea.
Yeah, of course.
Where the story is, because I think I want to play.
A lot of them are like the Final Fantasy thing, where like things like. Some of them, like, characters come back that were in.
I thought I saw something. Isn't this supposed to be going back to some level of like Raccoon City?
This is supposed to be like a kind of a return to form, from what I heard. Like
return to form, but they're like coming back like after the fact.
Yeah,
I can't remember because I wasn't. I was like half paying attention when the trailer dropped.
Sick. Yeah, it looks sick. I'm excited for it for sure. This next one we got, I know a lot of people were really excited about this because the game did very well, and a lot of people love this game. But they announced Liza P Overture. It's a prequel expansion to the Souls-like action RPG, and it's officially out today. So you can play that now. But a lot of people, I downloaded it, never ended up playing it, but I had friends, a lot of people talking about it, saying how good it was. It's just I'm so bad at Souls-like games, even like Stellar Blade.
Yeah, it's about the same issue that I have.
I mean, I love Stellar Blade, but it's like it is the Souls-like gameplay, and like it is a problem. Like you know, I got stuck at a boss. Like you got to get used to you.
After a while with the level ups and the combat, the only parts of that game I had any struggle with were the boss fights, and it got to a point where I had to play them like 2-3 times to get through the boss
But
fights.
I've heard great things about Lies of P. So I mean, this is pretty cool to see that they did like a prequel expansion and stuff like that. A lot of people love this game. Got rated really well. I know it was in the Game of the Year conversation for that year, and yeah. So I mean, that's cool. That's a cool announcement. Like to see that.
Yeah.
Next we've got Dying Light, the Beast. I know a lot of people love Dying Light as well. This is a series I've never gotten into. I just haven't played them. I'm not saying I don't like them. I just haven't played them. But I know a lot of people really love this series. So it says Techland has not only given us a new look at Dying Light, the Beast, but it's confirmed that it will be out August 22nd of this year. It's a standalone story that puts players back in the shoes of Kyle Crane following his absence in the 2022 sequel. So, yeah, they also did an exclusive 30-minute extended gameplay trailer that you can also watch.
These games where it's like, hey, there's gonna be like remember Jeff and them come out saying that there's some of these games we're getting an actual in-depth like after the fact.
Yeah, the gameplay. See, that's what I want to see. The cinematic stuff I don't care about at all. Like it doesn't show me the
first trailer you get is like a cinematic trailer, and then you get the gameplay trailer as you get closer to the actual launch.
I hate it though. I mean, like
I'm pretty sure everything
trailer does nothing for me.
I'm like, some of this probably quasi looks like gameplay, but it's probably hyped up and they crank up the graphics.
Yeah, they're making it look as good as they can. It's like a movie trailer. Like they're making it look as good as they possibly.
Like I assume some of this stuff it's like in engine, but yeah, in engine on like their actual PCs, not what it's actually going to play like on the consoles and stuff like that.
I'm like 99% sure this is an Unreal Engine 5 game too. I can just tell.
Like everything is an Unreal Engine game now. Which
I hate Unreal Engine 5 so much. Every time they announce a game, they announce it like it's a great thing. Like, oh, this is made in Unreal Engine 5, and I'm like, I hate Unreal Engine 5. There's so many problems with it.
It's good if you're more of like an indie developer, but if you're like a major studio, you shouldn't be using Unreal Engine.
But they still do. They all do.
They're lazy and cheap because they don't know how to cut costs.
All right, so this next one is goofy as hell, but is absolutely hilarious, and I 100% want to play it because I am a big Wu-Tang fan. So we got Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. Game meshes Afro surrealism and anime, and will feature a soundtrack filled with both classic Wu-Tang songs and new songs from DJ Just Blaze. So I'm a big fan of Wu-Tang Clan. Love them. Love the music, and played the old PS1 game. I really want to get the controller one day. I'm always looking.
You got some connection to this game at the very least.
Yeah, I want to play. It looks goofy and silly, but I want to play it.
Yeah, because I don't.
I mean,
yeah,
look,
you got a little bit of
gameplay looks pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's like
very stylized.
Yeah, very stylized. I'll get to Lies of P. Still working through Dark Souls 1 on PS3. Can we agree that was Leon saying, have you seen same shit I've seen? I'm not sure what that means there. Dying Light looks so generic. They could call it zombie. I
mean, I can see people saying stuff like that, to be fair.
So the next one we knew about, but we saw more about the game, which was Onimusha Way of the Sword, which I'm really excited about this one. I'm really happy we're getting a new Onimusha game. It's been a long time, but we got to see more of it. It is in Unreal Engine 5 though, which kind of sucks, but I am excited for this game. It's been a long time since we had one, and they're so much fun. I mean, look at this gameplay. Look, it just looks good.
Yeah,
like this is a. Oh, did you see that? What's it called? Is it Wu-Chang? Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers is up for
they should more
$40 on Steam right now.
I think I missed that because I was doing other things while I was playing.
That one I want to get. It looks like it's kind of a Stellar Blade clone, but it looks really good. I'm gonna.
It was one of those games where it's like it's probably one of the few games where it's like, yeah, this is gonna be one that I get.
I'm for sure getting it. It's only $40 too right now, so I should probably buy it right now. Yeah, so that looks cool.
You want to talk about another game that's like what? I don't know. A decade late to the party.
What's that?
The Game of Thrones Battle for Westeros, which is they
I
had a
mean,
very
they wanna
cinematic
keep the
trailer, but
IP alive.
it's like not an RPG. It's like a turn-based strategy game essentially, or something like that. I think they advertised it's
Like
more
a
of a strategy game,
tactical
but the
RPG.
whole trailer was just cinematic, so it wasn't actual gameplay. Like, essentially the idea is you can play as whatever faction that you want. So I don't know. I still probably not gonna buy this game, but
I mean, I to be honest with you, I know probably get a lot of hate for this. I never even watched Game of Thrones. I watched 2
yeah. So
episodes.
it's a
I
real
watched
time strategy game.
2 episodes and I don't know. It should be something I would get into. Like it's my type of thing, but I just
Game of
never
Thrones
did.
is like it just feels like they're way too late to the market with this game. Back when they should have this type of game should have came out.
This is just
when it
them
was
trying to
still,
keep
like,
the IP
popular.
alive. That's what this is.
What?
They're
Because
trying to make it like a Lord of the Rings thing where they're like
because
just
Martin
making
doesn't want to
things.
put out his last book because he just doesn't want to write it. I don't know. They you can either play the solo or essentially a free for all multiplayer. But if you're not into real time strategy, it's not gonna be a game for you.
So I was wrong. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is $50 for the standard, $60 for the deluxe edition right now, and it launches July 24th. So that's one I'm really excited to check that one out for sure. It looks great.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, what we got next from Summer Game Fest?
I believe it was another game that I had zero interest in, which is the Arc Raiders. Which I'm not gonna lie, was not. I don't know. I just didn't care for it.
What kind of game was this again? Wasn't it like a multiplayer only game?
I thought so. It was like a lot of these trailers are like they're mainly cinematic.
That's
So
the
it's hard to get a
problem,
feel
where
for it.
you don't see the game. You don't know what kind of game it is. It really doesn't sell the game.
It just felt like another multiplayer first-person shooter,
Like,
whether that's co-op or
To
single player
me,
or
like
something
if
that.
it were me, I would be showing all gameplay to show what the game is and what you're.
The only
going
time
to
cinematic
expecting.
trailers work is if it's like a story-driven game.
Yeah, like
which most games aren't.
yeah,
Like a story-driven RPG or JRPG, because then the story actually matters because that's why you're going to play the game. The combat's like not secondary, but it's like there to have a game, but the story is like 60 hours long.
Remember, WB announced they are only going to concentrate on 3 core video game IPs. Well, the Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, and Game of Thrones. Interesting. It's a third-person extraction shooter. Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in that. Then this next one though is one I would definitely play, which is Hitman World of Assassination. I like the Hitman games. I think they're fun.
Yeah, they say this is tying into the new James Bond game essentially to some degree.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
It's made by the same studio. Because it brings the one villain from Casino Royale back, and I don't remember his name.
Oh, really? Le Sheriff Elusive?
Yeah, because during the actual presentation, they actually had the actual actor come on stage
from Casino Royale. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, interesting. It's funny because we're also getting a new 007 game.
Yeah, this is like some level of tie, because they say if you beat this, you'll get something with the actual game when it launches.
Cool. I like the Hitman games. I think they're a lot of fun. I haven't played every single one of them, but I played like just different ones. I thought all of them were fun that I played. So
yeah,
I'm into it.
I don't know how long this is. This feels like it's just like a DLC level specifically to help advertise the new Bond game.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah,
that's cool. All right, the next one is one of my most excited announcements for sure.
I was never a big Scott Pilgrim fan, so.
Oh my gosh, you didn't like the game? What, the game, or
I never got into the IP at all. So it's not
the game is just so good. It's like perfection for that type of game. To me. I like the world of Scott Pilgrim. Is there some weirdness to it though? Especially
I'm sure there is.
movie.
I've just never really messed with the IP.
The game itself, I'm not talking about like anything else surrounding it, but the game, I absolutely love that game so much. I think it's a great brawler, so it's cool to see like a return back. And
I can't remember.
it's in like a 16-bit kind of style almost
Yeah,
third
because at least this felt like we got some gameplay. I thought they said the actual original creator was involved with this.
Well, that's
from my
good
understanding.
because I mean the other game was absolute perfection for a brawler.
Yeah,
Like,
this is like because it's like a side scroller beat 'em up essentially is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it looks great.
and you're already into that type of game, so
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So it says what's it say? This is a co-op brawler that maintains the classic look fans know and love, and it's coming to PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, and or Xbox Series S at an unspecified point in the future. So don't know when it's coming to that. But this next one, this was one I own the first game for, but I have never played it, and that is Mortal Shell 2. So it's also a Souls-like game. I have so many Souls-like games.
100% when I watched this, you're like
when they did
both
I
just saw in the game design, you're like the character design, like this looks like it was ripped out of like a Dark Souls like game.
I mean, it's a straight up Souls-like game. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like
in gameplay and character design.
Yeah, exactly. But people did love the first game. Like I said, I haven't played it. I played a couple weeks ago. They did the 2.0 update for Lords of the Fallen, and I bought it forever ago on PS5. So I tried it out, bro. I couldn't even get past the first level. It's a Souls-like game, because they're just so hard, man. They're so popular though. I mean, people love these games. That's why they keep making them. People love them. And it's just like, I buy so many of them and I suck at every single one of them. Like, I beat one Dark Souls game, one. And it's
just the meta now.
It's the one that people say is the hardest. And
I mean,
it's
to be
the only
fair,
one I beat.
I know the meta in the 90s was the JRPG template. Now from 2015 onwards, it's the Dark Souls template.
Yeah,
it's like last 10 years.
It was like
whatever it was in like the 2000s.
I'm ready for a new trend. Like, I like the Souls like is great for the people that like them, and I play a lot of them, but I'm not good at any of them. I mean, like Stellar Blade, I loved that game so much, and I got stuck at a boss fight. So now, I'm gonna buy it on PC and replay it, and hope I don't get stuck on it. But I'm glad it's doing DLSS 4 and frame generation, so it should look way better than it did on console. And run significantly better. So I'm excited about that. Check it out and see how it actually, performs with the DLSS and stuff. The next one we have is called Killer N from Square Enix. It's a new team-based social deduction game that sees players dropped into a big mansion together.
Yeah, I saw this when it was live, and it felt like a new take on the Among Us formula, is what I'm.
Like a real life Among Us take.
Yeah, that's when I was watching this and they were describing it and stuff like that. That's what it felt like. Oh, this is just.
It says the Wolves team must murder all of the Lambs team. The twist is that the Lambs do not know who their teammates are and need to discover who is trying to murder them and who is their friend. So it's like a mystery Among Us.
Versus the
it sounds like a unique game. Like, this might actually be like a fun stream game. Like, this sounds like one of those games where it might be like kind of a decent game. You know what I mean?
But if it also follows the Among Us type format, I could this will be popular for maybe a month and it's gonna die off really quick.
And maybe, and then it could be in like a Schedule 1 and like people absolutely love it and just don't know.
I saw it. I was like, I saw the Among Us formula. I was like, I don't really even care for that game. So.
I think it's a little less of. I see what you're saying about the Among Us, but the concept of what they're saying here is not really.
But the problem with a game like this is it doesn't matter how good the game is.
But I get what you're saying.
It's how it's the other people.
Look,
you have to be able to have fun with
stuff. And Among Us, you don't have any of that. Like, there's actual. Gameplay, like there's stuff you do see, so it's like a mystery sort of. You gotta figure out who the murderer.
But it requires input of other players, which is going to affect people's experiences and how much.
But this is why it might be like a good stream type game. You know what I mean? Like for streamers, like I could see a lot of people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I could see it for that. Souls games are hard. I don't get it. Who done it? The ladies with the guns or the axe? All right, next we had another trailer for Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
This was not really it was just a CG trailer, and
it didn't show much.
it's tied into the story of the first game. The problem with that one is it's far more story than actual game with Death Stranding 1. So you get a trailer for Kojima's new movie, essentially.
I don't even know. I haven't decided if I'm even going to pick this up because the first game is
probably not going to.
First game is a walking simulator, but he did change the concept or the gameplay of this game.
I think he had to if it was the same gameplay.
I love Kojima. I love pre Death Stranding Kojima. He just like perfection.
Death Stranding was more of just at that point, like because you just watch the story on like YouTube. You're like, why did you not just make a movie then? Because that's what this is. It's a movie disguised as a game.
He did an interview and he said he is making a movie.
Well, then just make a movie. Don't make a movie disguised as a game.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
I haven't decided if I'm going to put this is going to be one of those ones like I'll ask friends or something if they like it and go from there. But next we got Wildgate, which is a space shooter from former Blizzard devs, and it's out next month.
It's just felt like another one of those like team shooters or something. Like I don't know. It just felt like another dime a dozen shooter game.
Well, it says
I don't know how well it's gonna.
It's coming out July 22nd. It's a promising announcement as the team works towards a smooth landing, but you don't have to wait long to play it for yourself. Along with the release date reveal, Moonshot announced that eager sci-fi fans can go hands-on with an open beta starting Monday, June 9th. So as of the recording of this podcast, that will be 3 days. So if you're listening to the audio, it might already be out. But it's a cross-platform test available to all for free until June 16th. So
it's one of those things I'd have to see it, but like I don't know. There's so many shooters out there. It's really hard to stand out.
The only one that interests me right now because I love the first one is Splitgate. They have the beta open right now, and I really, really, really want to play it. But yeah, I mean, it could be cool. Like try the beta. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, you can play it before buying the game. That's what's cool about the betas. Is you can kind of decide like, oh, is this the type of game that I like and I want to buy when it releases? You know what I mean? I do like that about betas. Next game we have is called Stranger Than Heaven. This is Project Century has been re-revealed, this time with an official title. At Summer Game Fest 2025, we got a nice long look at what the team hopes to deliver when it launches for an unannounced list of platforms at an unspecified point in the future. So we don't know when it's coming out or what it's coming out on, but it is. We know the name of it now, and it's called Stranger Than Heaven. So I don't know what type of game this is really supposed to be. Is it like a Yakuza type?
You could see inspiration where the story is going to be the driving factor. It's just I don't know how much of what we're seeing is actual gameplay, or it's just a cinematic look at the gameplay.
You know what it reminds me of? That that what's that game called? That Rockstar made where it's like
where the meme X to doubt.
It's like set in the past.
Like a noir game.
Yeah, LA Noir. That's what it was
called. Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of a little bit. Oh, because you had like the decisions when you were picking up the people. You had the decisions.
I feel like people only know that game now because of the meme where it's like press X to doubt. That's all anybody remembers that game for anymore.
It is a good game though, man. It is a good game. Oh yeah, Nick said LA Noir. First Splitgate was pretty big on PC years ago. I know, I love the first Splitgate. I thought it was great. I don't get into multiplayer games like that very often, but I absolutely loved it. It was Halo meets Portal, and it's exactly what I needed for like that type of multiplayer game. So next we have Bandai Namco reveals Toa in the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, a Hades-like action game. So
I don't know. This sounds bad, and I'm pretty sure it's a wrong comparison, but I saw this and I'm like, oh, this is like it felt like a Reddit-esque game. I don't know why I got that feeling.
What does that even mean?
Like a game.
What's a Reddit game? What the heck is
I don't know. Some of the character designs were just weird to me. I don't know. I didn't like the Fishman design.
No, hold on. Explain to me, what is a Reddit-like game? What does that even mean? I'm not on Reddit. It looks exactly like Hades, so it's that type of game.
I saw the character design. That's what I thought it was. Some of the character designs, like, oh, this looks like something on Reddit would make. It's supposed to be a derogatory.
The character designs look like kind of like what, like, you know how people make like those weird Sonic characters and like
fan art.
yeah,
Fan
it
art or
looks like
something? Yeah.
it looks like fan art, like the character
Which is
designs.
usually generally where the Reddit thing comes in, because I
But
don't
the
think it's good fan art.
gameplay looks cool. I mean, Hades is great. I love the gameplay.
Yeah, it was this dude. I'm sorry, I thought it was a weird looking design with a fish man.
It's kind of
This
cool.
is this is where I got the idea of like,
Well, you
oh,
know
this
what's
is someone's
cool? There's
this
a
is someone's
fish
weird
man, and then
fetish right
there's
here.
fish in the water.
Exactly. I don't know. I could be completely
Like
wrong.
they're
I probably
trying.
am,
It's
but
like trying to be Japanese, but it's obviously not.
it's very obviously made by a Western dev is what it feels like.
But it's trying
in
to.
a anime-esque style.
It's trying.
Which is why that came to mind.
Koi boy.
Boy.
Reddit is so copy paste of everything people like with no clear direction. I don't know. I've steered way far away from Reddit. I think.
I mean, that's
one thing I never got into.
That's a whole cultural war issue. If you really wanted to go down that rabbit hole.
So the next one, I'm really excited for. I can't wait for this to come out. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We got to see a little bit more because Hatsune Miku and Like a Dragon's Ichiban Kasuga, Persona 5's Joker, and Minecraft Steve's are all.
I'm about to say
Minecraft
Minecraft was all everyone cheered about.
All
these Mario Kart ripoff that
like. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like some of these have been really good. Like Sonic Team Racing was really good. Sonic Transform.
I haven't played any of them, so
they're really good. Like, I think this would be a fun one to stream. But this is like an interesting concept where you're actually like going through the world. So like you're on one track, go through the portal, and then you're in a whole new world racing. You know what I mean?
I don't
like,
know. I still feel like I prefer a Diddy Kong Racing 2 over this.
But Hatsune Miku being in it is pretty cool. I mean, I always like her as a character. She's like featured in everything.
But all she is just a synthesized voice, essentially.
I know, but I like her design. I think she's cool.
I mean, it helps spawn VTubers, so
yeah. I always, for some reason, I always liked her.
Obviously, they're going to dig into their
like the dancing games on Vita and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember the Hatsune Miku games, but
I think I've got one of those on the Vita, one of the rhythm games.
Yeah,
yeah,
I like them. I like those rhythm games. The Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and yeah,
I'm terrible at them, but I enjoy them.
Yeah, they're fun. No, I'm excited about this game. I think it looks good.
Oh yeah, because
look at the Minecraft world. Like that's crazy. So like. The Cross Worlds concept, you literally go into like a Minecraft world. That's crazy. Like this, it looks like a really cool concept for a kart racer. I think it's cool. I think it'll be pretty good. So
it's crazy how close this and Mario Kart World is coming out, and they essentially have the same concept.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it is interesting. The next we got is Mudfish.
I'll say this:
Atomic Heart 2.
The two Mudfish was probably one of the best announced games, like some of the best games announced here, and they were early on. And this just means like I need to go back and play Atomic Heart because Atomic Heart 2 looked like a really good game.
Have it.
It's one of the few
PC, but I haven't played it.
Only games that I saw that I was like, this actually looks like a good game that I'd want to buy.
Yeah, I have Atomic Heart on PC. I'll have to play
because it was this one, which is essentially essentially a sequel, and then the other one was the MMORPG in the same universe.
Asmongold was really excited about this one.
Yeah, because it had a lot of good reviews. I'm not gonna lie, because you'll see it if you're watching it on stream. I immediately knew that both the modern audience and the game reviewers aren't gonna like this game just based off character designs.
What's wrong with the designs?
They look like attractive female characters. So
that's great.
Yeah, but the
no DEI.
The corporate journalists aren't going to like it.
Retro Star says, "I love the design." I mean, hey, no DEI. I'm in. Yeah,
but I saw this. I was like, I gotta go back.
I have to play the first game. I've got it on PC. I have to play it at some point.
Because it had it's like there's two separate worlds. It's like this upper world that's kind of nice, and then the actual gritty underworld is what it felt like when they were showing this trailer. Because it starts off and this looks like high and nice and stuff like that, and it slowly starts to like devolve into like a ruined world type thing.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
I haven't played the first one, so I don't know what the story is. So I'm sure it'll be tied to this game to some degree. It's the same universe essentially. So this is one of the few I was like, this is interesting. Obviously, they're bringing back the chicks from the first one, which is not surprising. Like the mascots.
Look at those. Look at that, man. That's no DEI there.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, this was one of the two from games from the studio were the two games I had any the handful of games outside of this one that I had any interest in. And only because I know the first Atomic Heart had really good reviews, I just had not got around to actually playing the first game.
There are also there's another game coming out too called The Cube from Mundfish.
Like
so like yeah, it's so
that one is supposed to be a MMORPG essentially.
I'm not sure. It says it's a mysterious project from Mundfish.
Yeah, so it's not
more of Atomic Heart. No, it's also set to come to PC.
So Atomic Heart 2 is coming out probably first, but this one is supposed to be an MMORPG on essentially a world that's constantly changing. It's a cube essentially, so the worlds can shift, and it's supposed to be a changing environment. But this one is obviously further out in development, but it's all their games are in the same universe essentially.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know how much we got further on in the actual trailer, but yeah, it's essentially it's an MMORPG, so it's a fully multiplayer game.
Nice. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't really get into MMOs anymore. They take too much time.
Outside of ESO, and that's kind of like maybe a once a year thing at this point.
Yeah. I won't play The Cube, but Atomic Heart 2 I'd like to check out, and I want to play the first game, so.
Yeah, because I think it's here in the trailer. It's the Atomic Universe is what was.
Yeah, it says it's directly attached to Atomic Heart, so yeah, it's kind of like a Final Fantasy 14 ordeal where it's an attached MMO. So the next one we got is Lego Voyagers, new 2-player co-op adventure with the split fiction style Friends Pass. So I am excited about this actually because we played and streamed Split Fiction yesterday. And me and Mark are going to have to stream it for sure because it is really good. It's one of those games where you have to play with two people and you completely work together to get through the game. Like one person cannot progress further than the other. You have to like work together to get through it. And you go through all these crazy worlds. So the fact that they're taking that sort of concept with this, I'm not
gonna lie, I didn't have the biggest interest in this game, to be fair. So
I mean, I just like the that whole Friends Pass 2-player co-op type.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I played Split Fiction on the Switch 2 yesterday for the first time, and I loved it. I was like, this it was an Annapurna game too, so I mean, it could be good. From the maker of Lego Builder's Journey comes a new 2-player co-op game. Yeah, I'm not sure. Some Lego games are good, others are. Whatever. Next we got, I think it's called Ill. Yeah.
I believe it was
horror game. Ill showed its terrifying face at Summer Game Fest, and we got our first real look at the body horror. Are you able to play the video?
Yeah, I was bringing it up.
It says a real look at body horror gameplay that includes some gnarly dismemberment mechanics. You'll have to make your way through a horrifying research fort to recover something
like another
that means
horror
the most to you. I'd play this.
It was a really unique, ultra realistic looking game for the.
It really is, yeah.
Because I think this is also using like the same engine from that Mundfish uses. Because there's some like level of partnership with Mundfish.
This I've never even heard of Mundfish until 5 minutes ago.
I think Atomic Heart was their first big game, and they obviously they had two announcements.
You know what? I actually might have that on PS5 too. I think I have it on PS5 and PC. I can't remember. I know I bought it. I know I got it on PC for sure. I'm gonna have to play it. Look at that! Holy crap!
Like a unique take on a horror game.
Horrifying, man. Yeah, I would definitely play it. This would be like one of those fun single player stream type games.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure there's some level
look at that.
Of, like,
look at, he's got a wrench. What are you gonna do with a wrench?
What are you gonna do when you run out of ammo?
That's cool. Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. Next we got Chronicles Medieval. Says Venom's Tom Hardy helped introduce an ambitious new project called Chronicles Medieval. We saw some footage of the knights riding on horseback as they head towards a great war, and we learned it will be out on PC in early access in 2026. So
Yes,
it's
this
going to be a
feels.
PC only early access game.
You could see it. The problem is it's so far out. They don't have a proper trailer as far as gameplay, but it feels like it could be. I would expect it to be some kind of strategy game.
I
With
probably would be
obviously
interested in it
combat,
then, but
because it's
maybe.
all. It's only kind of like gameplay look that you get. Like it's some level of like real time strategy.
Like you're
Yeah, with
commanding the army and
combat.
stuff.
Yeah, and that's
I
like the
mean,
only look that we got of the actual like gameplay. Everything else was just like a cinematic trailer. It looks interesting, but
it's gonna be an early
after
access, so I'll probably check it out. I mean, doesn't hurt to check it out. Might be cool. It doesn't
yeah,
like stand out to me as being something I necessarily want to play, but that's everything we got for Summer Games Fest. And
actually, I did
then,
want to say because I know they were missing at least one thing.
oh, okay,
I just didn't have everything, but I know I don't know if this was the official first look at this game, but I need to go back and actually finish the first game. But we actually did get a trailer for Code Vein 2 pretty early on.
oh, did we? I liked Code Vein.
Yeah. Like I don't know why this wasn't in the IGN article. I seen they're like, no, there's something missing here that I know. It's like one of the few games I was actually kind of excited for.
Yeah,
I
I
liked the
liked
first
Code Vein a lot. What about the PlayStation stuff? We're actually getting ready to talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, Code Vein is cool.
This is just what we talked about first.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure this was the first look at it. I didn't even know this was Code Vein at first.
I had this up live and I didn't even see this game somehow.
And this was one of this was in the first like 30, 40 minutes. It was one of the early
Okay.
games they announced.
Yeah, there was a couple things I missed, but yeah,
I
that's
essentially
cool.
need to go back and replay Code Vein, and there's other games kind of like Code Vein that I played that I liked. It's just one of those. It's a JRPG, so you need like 40 hours minimum to play these games.
Yeah, it's fun though. I like it.
I never beat. I think I got maybe a quarter of the way through, and I just don't remember the story at this point. So I need to go back and play it.
Yeah,
I saw this. I'm like, all right, this is like an actual reason to want to go back and actually replay and finish that game here in the future. Because I think this also had a 2026 release date. I can't remember, but it was one of the games I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of excited for.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like
Obviously, this is
largely
a cinematic trailer, not a real gameplay. But I was like, the first game was pretty good, and I thought I got a decent reception.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, Yeah, it wasn't the longest trailer, and it was all cinematics. Of course.
Right on.
I can't see I think it's 2026.
Dark Souls anime, yeah. I mean, it is a Souls-like game.
I don't know. They've got this stupid thing over top the year. So I'm pretty sure it's 2026 though. So it's coming sometime in 2026. I'll go down below.
Yeah, so we got a while on that, but I guess we'll move over to the
most of what they showed was 2026. It felt
there was a lot of that.
Because there was a lot of cinematic trailers, and even for the Sony State of Play, it felt like
seems to be like
coming out
the staple of anything Jeff Keighley does. It's all cinematic stuff,
cinematic or a bunch of indie stuff.
And you're guaranteed to see something from Kojima as well. Always. All right, we're gonna jump into the PlayStation State of Play that just happened the other day. So we got the first thing we have is 007 First Light reveals a new young James Bond with The Walking Dead's Lenny James set to co-star in the game. The upcoming James Bond game from Hitman Studio IO Interactive showcased the new James Bond at the beginning of his career as an agent. It was also revealed that The Walking Dead's Lenny James will be co-starring in the much anticipated title that is going to be released in 2026.
Well, it's not really it's like an alternate take because it's very obvious this takes place in the modern age. So it's not really early James Bond. Early James Bond would be like, what, the 1930s? And that's not really the setting of this game.
Would it be the 30s? I don't know.
You got to think the original. I don't know about the books, but the original movie.
Well, this is a new James Bond, so it's not like James.
Yeah, but like let's be fair. Like if you think like the original,
this is a new
Bond,
take on like he's the new Bond essentially. This guy is, but it's supposed to be a young James Bond. So I don't know.
Young James Bond and essentially in the modern age with that take on it because there's obvious stuff where it's like this is taking place in like the 2010s, 2020s.
Look at the Metro.
I mean, it's an MGM property, so
that's funny.
And this was all just cinematic trailer, no actual gameplay to speak of from what I remember seeing this. I was watching this in a car on my phone, so it wasn't the best environment to watch this thing. Because this was like Wednesday, wasn't it, when this came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had on
But
the
it was, I don't
background
know.
when I was
It's
working.
another AAA game where it's just like you're gonna have to prove to me this game's worth my money. Yeah, like I
do like James Bond games.
You can
but,
see like
but it's
some
from
of
the people that do
Hitman-esque
Hitman,
games.
so like it's probably it's going to be good.
But Hitman's not really
None of the
story-driven
Hitman games I
game.
played are bad.
No, but
No.
they're more just gameplay type games. It's no real story to those. It's just missions. Let's be fair.
That's not true. They've got some. They got.
It
Story.
has a story technically, but it's just like you go in there. This is what you need to take out. You go take them out, and whatever stuff that pops up. I was never really
Will
into the
you
Hitman.
play a spy who becomes 007? You're
Well,
talking about a reboot. Yeah, I mean this
this is supposed
essentially
to be
is like a
James
reboot on James Bond kind of deal. It seems
Just a
like
different take. Think of like
maybe like an alternate universe or something. I don't know.
think of like the Tomb Raider games, the reboot, in like what 2016 was it?
Right.
Tomb Raider,
Exactly.
it's that style of stuff with James Bond. So
yeah, that's a good example. But next we had Marvel Token Fighting Souls is a 4v4 fighting game from a developer of Guilty Gear. This is an Arc System Works game, which means it's going to be a perfected fighting game that's all Marvel characters, which is pretty crazy. I'm actually really
I'll take your
excited
word for it. It's a fighting game, so I just
it's a 4v4, so it's very similar to like Marvel vs. Capcom, but except this is all Marvel characters. Arc System Works has perfected fighting games. Like they don't flop any fighting game at all. They perfected the formula.
The only thing that really stuck out was the unique Iron Man design.
Yeah, it's a really cool design.
But it's a fighting game, so it's just like by default, I had no interest in it. So,
but it looks sick. Look at that, man. A 4v4 is interesting though. It'd be an interesting concept. And I'd like to see all the Marvel characters that are going to be involved in it. But since it's Arc System Works, I have no doubt it's going to be a good game. Yeah, I mean it looks cool.
Oh, you forgot Amazon's working on a new 007, so this game will align with that release.
Is Amazon? I didn't even know that.
I know they're working on a new one, but it depends on what the actor is. I assume it's going to be separate, just because I don't know if they're going to go that young with an actor for James Bond.
Well, next we got the release dates and
wrong.
more footage for Silent Hill F, which I'm very excited for.
This seemed like a really big release.
This is a big deal. Yeah, this is going to be a big deal game.
Going back to like OG Japanese horror.
It's set in 1960s Japan. It was a terrifying look that included a glimpse of the horror fans can expect to face when it's released on September 25th, 2025. Won't be much longer until we get to learn about Hinako Shimizu and her friends in the Ibusugagaga, haunted by some mysterious fog and dangers never before seen. It looks great, though. Although cinematics of what we're seeing, it does look good.
The problem is with a game like this, I can't tell what's cinematic and what could potentially be gameplay.
Yeah.
So it's
but
still
you know what
like,
this game reminds me? This reminds me less of like a normal Silent Hill and more of like The Grudge. Like this reminds me of that because it's set.
I mean, don't they all have inspiration from the same type of like horror stories?
Yeah, I mean, Japan's like big on the horror stuff. Yeah, so they
because it's like the Ringer, the
Ringu, and
Hill, Resident.
That all came from Japan. Yeah,
these are all like traditional Japanese horror, which have a lot of elements that overlap, from what I remember.
Yeah,
I had to say the Ring. I almost said the Ringer. I'm like, that's not even the same.
Look at this. That's horrifying.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
It's like a doll looking creature.
Oh my gosh!
Because like I some of this, I'm like, I can't tell this is all cinematic or what's like some of
this is gameplay right here.
Yeah, so I was like, I assume some of it was.
Yeah, this is gameplay, which is good. We're seeing gameplay
or some level of the game. I don't know if it'll look this good, but I accept it.
I'm sure Silent Hill 2 remake looked great, but this is like this is a complete spin-off, pretty much like a prequel because it's set in the 1960s.
It's like it feels like they're trying to go back to their roots from the original Silent
Hill. Yeah, for sure.
Like
this is kind of the I think this might be the earliest one in the series, actually. Like
because I don't think the original Silent Hill took place this early. I thought it was like more like 1990s.
Yeah, I think this is the earliest game. kind of like a prequel. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. There's a guy at the Switch 2 launch. We were actually talking about this. He's like, "This is one of the games I'm most excited for." He said,
Yeah, I don't want to lie. Like, let's be fair. I thought it just as little of the state of play as I did the Games Fest, but this was one of the big games that they announced. One of the few looked like an actual good game.
We already knew about this game though. We know about this game for a long time. I've had
That's the
it
problem with a lot of
pre-ordered
these
for
announcements.
months. I pre-ordered this months ago. So like that's the thing. But yeah, the next one we got is this is the biggest one that came from. This is what I would say is the absolute biggest one.
When I
that came
saw
from the
this,
State of
I
Play.
thought of you. I was like, oh, Brandon's definitely going to be in this.
I already pre-ordered it for Switch and PS5. I'm so excited for this game. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Avalis Chronicles.
Because this is supposed to be a new tactics game, right?
No, so it's like
Is
an
it
enhanced version.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So there's you can play the original, then they said the
Yeah.
enhanced, and I saw everyone talk like, oh, so the enhanced.
You can play the classic game, or you can play the enhanced version as well.
People saw the enhanced, and they just assume like, oh, this is for the modern audience. Why would you bother to play the enhanced version? Because they're going to change stuff in the story.
Well, it says the enhanced version includes fully voiced dialogue and optimized and updated UI, graphical improvements, and even some quality of life and features like a Squire difficulty setting. The classic version will unite the graphics and gameplay of the original 1997 version with the renowned War of the Lions translation. However, it will include some new features like autosave.
All I'm going to say, when they go back and do these things like an enhanced version, they tend to change certain things that they don't need to change. The industry,
based on what they said, though, I would want to play the enhanced version based on what they say, because it's not changing the story. It's not changing any.
Well, they're not going to tell you if they go in, they change dialogue because, like, oh, this doesn't fit with a modern.
They're
audience.
not changing dialogue. They're just
industry's
been
caught doing that with these older games.
They have.
Not going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
According to this, it's just saying they're voicing the dialogue because originally they didn't have that.
If that's all they do, that's fine.
Yeah,
but like,
and obviously the updated UI and stuff like it's a dated game. It's still a fantastic game. It's very dated, obviously. So like the updated UI and graphical stuff would be great, just like they did with Lunar and so many of the other JRPG classic ones that have come out and stuff like Suikoden and stuff like that, which I still need to get. I'm surprised I have not bought that one yet. I don't know why I haven't bought that. I still haven't even started Lunar yet. There's too many games, man. The next one, this one I thought of you, but I guess you never played.
This is like one of the 3 big games they announced worthwhile. Because after
this is a big deal game because 1 and 2 I absolutely loved. I bought them again on PS5. They came in a package together, 1 and 2, and they were like an improved version of the game. Oh, Mark's frozen. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're good. But I played the games twice, both of them twice, PS4 and PS5, and it really made me think of you. Like, I like Team Ninja. Do you like Ninja Gaiden games?
I've never really played them. Like, I know Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo put out a lot of good games, but I've just played this.
I feel like you would definitely like these games.
I always thought it played kind of like a Souls Light, but
Souls Light maybe. But I'm not good at Souls Like, and I beat those games twice over for both games. So it's maybe a Souls Light, but reminds me more of like a like almost like Samurai take on Ninja Gaiden, if that makes any sense at all.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, very Ninja Gaiden-esque. Obviously, it's Team Ninja, so I mean that makes sense. But just like the traversal of the games and stuff like that is really good.
I mean, the game looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm sure. It's 1 and 2 are great. And they're definitely
one of the few times, because I with this one I was actually following the chat. One of the few games that the chat was like in agreement this was probably gonna be.
Dude, X blew up with this and Final Fantasy Tactics. Like they
outside of this, Final Fantasy Tactics and the Silent Hill, the rest of the Direct was kind of meh to bad.
It was well, I mean the next one
there was a
pretty
pull
good
out.
one.
I don't know who put the poll. There's a pull out. Most people rated this like a C out of an A to a D. So.
Well, the next couple of ones are games I'm excited about. It's just games we already knew about. We saw more about them. So the next one is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. New State of Play trailer shows off more of Ape Escape. It says features a glimpse of the revamped Snake versus Monkey mode featuring Ape Escape. The ending was also surprising because we saw a tease of something related to camouflage.
You think they brought Kojima back to work on this?
Absolutely not.
So can you trust it?
I don't know, but I want to play it. I love the Gear Solid. I mean, the last one that came out, that freaking whatever, I don't even remember what it's called. It was so bad. That multiplayer zombie Metal Gear game was so. You know, it's crazy. My favorite Metal Gear game is a spinoff, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That is my favorite Metal Gear game, and it's like the most non-Metal Gear game. It's very hack and slash, and there's no stealth to it at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that type of game at all. I played that game probably 10 plus times. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. So good.
Because I think after this, the rest of the trailer is only one other game I actually had any interest in after this trailer.
And yeah, the next one we're going to be talking about is Ghost of Yote, which I'm
very
excited.
They didn't show anything. All they said is there's another state of play for that specifically. They essentially showed nothing. It was like a 30 on screen for like maybe 30 seconds.
It's a minute long. It says alongside a short glimpse of Ghost of Yote, PlayStation revealed we'll be getting a Ghost of Yote focused state of play in July that will reveal more about this much anticipated sequel is set to debut on October 2nd. All right, let me say this. I am both very excited about this game and also both very worried about this game because I love Ghost of Tsushima so much. I played the game twice on PS4 and PS5.
But I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the voice actress they hired for her. Like, I don't like her at all.
I can get over that if the gameplay's good.
I'll just play it in Japanese at that point.
Yeah, but no, I hope it's good because Ghost of Tsushima, man, it was one of my favorite games come out in a long time. I played it twice. I think it's great. The PS5 version that came out with the extended content and stuff like that was freaking awesome. I loved it. I loved replaying it. So I'm hoping this game is great, but I'm keeping, I'm staying pretty reserved on it, a little. So
yeah.
But I've already got it pre-ordered and stuff, and I definitely will be playing. I just don't know if it's going to be good or not. This next one's interesting because it's a PSVR 2 game. It's also a regular PS5 game as well. But it's Lumens Arise, which is a puzzle game. It'll be released in fall 2025. So it comes out for PS5 and PSVR 2. This new game is being developed by Tetris Effect developer Tetsuya Mizuguchi. There will be a free single player and multiplayer demo later this summer. So it's obviously a puzzle game, but
all I can say is this was a terrible trailer. I did not think it was a good trailer at all.
I didn't think it's a good trailer either, but I am all bring on the
This is what they started with, and
we hardly have any.
Like, what is going on? I don't know if this was like just the intro to the.
I don't even know what this has to do with Lumens. Lumens is a puzzle game. What is going on?
Yeah, I know. I was like, I
don't know if this is trying to show what it looks like in PSVR, like if you had the headset on or something, like making.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure what they're trying to do here.
It feels like I'm doing acid when watching this. So,
but yeah, I would try the VR mode and stuff out. I'm not really interested in playing like the standard PS5 version. But next game we got is Pragma,
which is probably the best game they showed and the only game that I was like truly hyped for.
Yeah, this game looks really good. So Pragmata has made its grand return with a new gameplay trailer. In the footage, we see Hugh protecting a little girl named Diana and a ton of stylish action. Pragmata takes place on a moon and tasks our characters with working together to defeat the lunar station AI and return to Earth. What makes Pragmata unique is that you will control both characters at the same time. Capcom will share more details on how that works in the future. So yeah, I'm definitely very interested in this game. It's an interesting concept and it's different. Yeah, Lumens was great on PSP. I agree. I still have that game. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Because like you get your main character and then
it's interesting.
I don't know if she's like a robot or like a.
I'm not sure. I think he's
little girl.
It just says
you got
a little girl. I don't know if
it felt like she had some like she was like.
Well, she's like extending her arms.
Was a little like it's like she was like more like a machine than like a little girl.
I mean, she's doing stuff, so yeah, she's something.
Because I know I don't have the volume on, but it felt like in some of the trailer, like she spoke in a more mechanical way, but I can't remember. I watched.
Well, she
last
looks
Wednesday,
like kind of robotic, but yeah, this game looks really cool.
but it was really the only game that I was like, I was like, this is like probably gonna be a really good game. The rest of these games,
I
whether
want
we heard about it or
Capcom to
not,
bring on the good
I didn't
games,
care
man. We need old Capcom back. We do.
Yeah, they used to make good games.
They make great games, man. I miss the heyday of Capcom because they're still putting out good stuff, but they've done a lot of stupid stuff as well. This next one I'm really excited about. That is Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. So it's a new Thief game, is on its way in 2025, but it's only being released on PSVR 2 and possibly other VR platforms. We saw a bit of gameplay that included exploring a city, sneaking around as a good thief does, finding treasure. So this, like, the concept of Thief in VR sounds great.
But can they execute it? That'll be the real question.
Well, I guess we'll find out, but I'll definitely play because there's like a PSVR 2 drought. So anything that comes out for it, man, I'll
because
try.
PlayStation themselves isn't doing anything anymore, so it's all third party at this point.
It's all third party. It's like the Vita all over again. But no, it looks cool. I mean, it definitely looks cool. I'll definitely try it out and stuff like that. I like VR.
I don't have the VR, so
I want a Meta Quest 3 because there's a bunch of crap I want to play on that, but unfortunately the PSVR 2 is pretty limited because PlayStation gave up on it, so it's all. I mean, let's be fair.
Even if they didn't, like, the VR on PC would have been the way to go. Just because.
Well, I got the PC adapter, so I just bought a bundle from Fanatical the other day for $5 and got 10 VR games. So I'm gonna try that out with the PSVR 2 adapter. I haven't played on PC yet. I've had the adapter since launch and I haven't used it once, but I'm gonna try it out on PC and see how it is. See how it works. Next one we got is Romeo is a Dead Man. It's a new Grasshopper game.
I don't know how to feel about this, but I didn't really care about it all that much.
I didn't either. I don't like the art style at all. It's a new wild action game coming to PS5 in 2026. It features super bloody action, crazy twists and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks. The game stars Romeo Stargazer, and he's stuck between life and death. He is working on an FBI space-time special agent, Dead Man, and must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes. So, I don't know. I don't like the art style, but
actually get into the actual gameplay. Like, I don't know.
It could be a good looks game. Good. Yeah, the gameplay.
I'll about to say this: the intro trailer didn't do.
Yeah, that doesn't sell it at all. I think it was good, but this looks better for sure. I mean,
well, I was one of those. I'm like, I have to see more. Like, I don't know.
What it reminds me of? It reminds me of what's the cheerleader game with the head?
Oh, the chainsaw.
Yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw. It reminds me of that a little bit.
With some of what they're trying to do with it, but like, I don't know. I have to see more before I can make up my mind on this game.
Quest 3 is great. Yeah, I want to get a Quest 3. It's on my list to get at some point. I haven't decided if I just want to wait for the next one because what's his name? Zuckerberg said the new one's supposed to be coming out in 2026. So I might just hold out and wait. The next one, potentially my favorite announcement, maybe. Like there was some good stuff. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection fights its way to PS5 and PS4 later this year. So the Digital Eclipse is doing this, which is great. They've done a lot of old games and brought them to modern platforms. Like they did the Atari collections and like a bunch of different stuff where they brought these old games back. Yeah, they did the Atari 50th anniversary celebration collection, which was a really good collection where it had like Jaguar games and Lynx games and but this is really cool because they announced Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat Advance, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, and it says there's more that they haven't announced. But what you have to keep in mind is, like I was saying earlier in the show, like Mortal Kombat, each one of these, they have like almost every single version of the games that are all different. Like
they showed this, and like so many types of Mortal, like it was on so many platforms, so many games.
Like that, you know how I first played Mortal Kombat? The first time I played Mortal Kombat was on the Game Gear. So like I'm really
That's
excited
crazy.
that they have the Game Gear version on here. It's crazy.
Was this originally on the arcade machine
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, it was on
Yeah.
arcade first. Yep.
Then it came to console because that's where the whole
Yep.
controversy
Yeah, then it
blew up
came
back then.
Genesis and SNES and SNES.
Yeah, because now they're showing
removes the
some of
blood.
this stuff. The fact that there's online play, I assume, for every single one of these games.
Yeah,
That's the hope.
online play with rollback netcode, which is perfect. So that means it'll work. It should work perfect, like you're playing in an arcade. Yeah, it's really cool, man. I mean, for fighting game fans, Mortal Kombat fans, I think it's really good to get these collections for
Hey, there you go.
any
It's
of
coming
these
to
series.
Switch 2 for you.
Yeah, I'll probably get it on Switch 2, to be honest with you. Probably get it on Switch 2 and PC. I don't know. We'll see.
It's just wish list now on 2025, so we don't have a release date. But obviously, I
wonder
assume
how much it is. I'm curious how much they're selling it for. So the next one is I'm excited for. I can't wait for it to go up for pre-order. I don't know when it comes out, but PlayStation announced Project Defiant, the first wireless fight stick designed by Sony for PS5 and PC. Now, if this were only PS5, I would not be as interested, but it works for PC too, and I play a lot of fighters on PC now. So that's good. Like where's my
yeah, what we allude to with all these fighting games
my
coming
fight
out
pad
now,
next to
it's
me, but-
nice to actually have something like this from Sony.
Oh, so like I got my PlayStation Fight Pad that just came out last month that works for PC and PS5.
But I mean, I think it was a good timing on top of all the fighting, especially with the Mortal Kombat collection.
Yeah.
And then they came out with this because I thought these came out.
This would be
like
the best
back
way to
to
play,
back.
especially playing the arcade versions. It'd be great.
Because you've got your buttons, the Joy-Con, the L3, R3. I think that's the menu selection. That's the trackpad, and that's probably just some other random buttons.
So I mean, it's got every button to control the console, essentially, like kind of like the GameCube controller and stuff like that. So you can move around the whole console with the Fight 6. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, they just announced it and give us an actual.
Yeah, no price tag, no release date, but I have to stay tuned on that. The next one I'm really excited about too, which is a new Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound has a July 2025 release date for PS5 and PS4. So it's a new side scroller Ninja Gaiden game, bloody, gory, difficult, fun. Sort of. It's not a Metroidvania, but it's like one of those games where it's more of how do I explain it? Kind of like I mean, like the next one we're going to talk about, Bloodstained, is like similar to this type of game, except it's like the horror theme. But yeah, it's like
sure it didn't have plays like a Metroidvania.
I mean, it's like sort of, yeah. I mean, it's sort of a Metroidvania,
or like a new take on a Metroidvania play style.
Yeah,
I just don't know what else would play
like. Very, these games are very, very, very difficult. That's like the whole thing.
Are you thinking like a Contra type game?
No,
or they're just throwing constant enemies at you.
I mean, it's kind of like all that put together. I mean, it has a sort of Metroidvania-esque to it as well. But yeah, it looks cool. I can't wait for this one. I'm really excited, as well as the next one.
Next month?
Yeah, next month. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. So next one also is we're getting a new Bloodstained game, the Scarlet Engagement, revealed for PS5. It's a new 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG heading to PS5 in 2026 that is set in the same gothic world created for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Story set in the 16th century where the ethereal castle and its demonic inhabitants have been terrorizing the land and laying waste to all who defy their dark power. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I've loved both Bloodstained games that came out, the classic style one and the first game. Thought they were fantastic. Oh, Mark's frozen again. Oh, there we go.
He froze on my screen. It's like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be a restream thing. Yeah, it definitely looks cool. I'll definitely be playing it.
I mean, it's so nice. There's some level of resurgence with these side-scrolling 2D style games.
Yeah,
obviously
sure.
the 2.5 is more with it's a 3D environment, but it's still played like a 2D side-scrolling game. But
yeah, I mean, like like when Hollow Knight and stuff came out, like people.
It's sure there was still an appetite. Obviously, it'll never be that big again, but there's still a big enough audience that wants.
I mean, you see every Nintendo Direct. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Still not announced. When's it coming out? It's been years, bro.
I heard people in the chat with this director asking for Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yes. I mean, I'm excited about it too, but like people are going nuts about it.
Anytime there's a direct, like I want this game, like you're probably not getting it. You probably would. It probably would have been rumored if you were gonna get it.
I mean, I'm fine with developers taking their time on it. It's a small team that is making the game. Very small team. Take your time. Hollow Knight was great. We won another great game. So this next one, I don't know what the heck to think about it. Tides of Tomorrow. It's a multiplayer game where choices impact other journeys. I have no idea.
I didn't know what to think of this, to be honest.
Me either. I didn't have any idea. I'm so confused.
Like I get the idea, but I'm like, I need to see more. Need to see this game in action, because the idea is how other players interact in the world affects how you interact with it, but obviously it couldn't be every single person. So I don't know, I'm not sure. Unless it's something that you play with you and your buddies and how each one of you plays it, or it's just going to pick random people and how they impacted the story. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting concept. I don't know if it'll be a game for me, but they're trying. At the very least, they're trying something new. It's a new gameplay gimmick, at least, unless I've missed a game that did something similar to this in the past, but. More, but I mean, this game, unless Brandon had something to say with it, it's just like, oh well, we'll see how well it does, and if it's a good game, we get more content with this actual game.
Sorry, I had to find these. I totally forgot about this. There's a studio called Broke Studio. They put out these classic games, or they're like new indie games on retro platforms. And they sent me this out yesterday. So these are two brand new games that just came out, which I'm really excited for. They're still sealed and stuff. I haven't opened them up yet. But first one is Fortified Zone 2 for the Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a kind of like a Contra-esque game. It does an action-packed shooter game with immersive and polished graphics. So really cool for the Game Boy. And then we got an NES game called Pizza Pop, and this is a Jalico game. So this is like kind of a re-release. It originally came out on Famicom. We never got it on NES, so this is an NES release. It says a Famicom hidden gem at last available for the NES. Single player, 7 action-packed stages and bonus levels. So it's like a side scroller. It's like some type of side scroller. I don't know how to explain it. Like it shows some of the screenshots in the back there. But it's called Pizza Pop, and it's a Jalico game. So like so is this. This is also a Jalico game. So kind of not indie. They're kind of like releases that Broke Studio are putting out. Jalico is like, not really an indie studio necessarily, but yeah, definitely cool. I can't wait to check those out. I literally plugged my NES up before the podcast so I can check this out, and then I'm going to put the other one in my analog pocket and check it out later on as well. So I'll be doing a video talking about those games at some point.
Yeah, no, this next one was just I don't know. It's not for me. I don't.
Sword of the Sea.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know.
Abzu and the Pathless developer Giant Squid have revealed more about Sword of the Sea, which will be released on August 19th, 2025. And will be available in the PlayStation Plus game catalog, so you'll be able to play it if you have PS Plus. I don't know. Oh, you're frozen again.
Grits or whatever it is. And it was just like I mean, after like 10 minutes, I dropped it.
Well, I mean, it's the same with Abzu and the Pathless. I have Pathless on PS5. I just got bored with it. And Abzu, I thought was really boring too. I just couldn't get into those type of games. They're too how do I put it? Like
you just play through it. There's no
way too I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know what the word. Yeah, they're just.
It just feels like you're on a rail essentially. There's no deviation. You don't really have to do anything.
Yeah, it's probably not something I'm going to play. But next game we had was Sea of Remnants. Is an infinite voyage between death and rebirth. Joker Studio announced Sea of Remnants today, which can be described as an ocean adventure RPG simulation survival building turn-based strategy game. However, Joker Studio has another way to describe their game. They said, in quotes, "This is an infinite voyage looping between death and rebirth, a journey where we forward tirelessly only to return where it all began." Joker Studios Starpan wrote on PlayStation blog. So I don't really know what to think of this game either.
I mean, it looks like a better version of Skull and Bones, but that's about it. It's not a high bar. I don't know. I saw it like it's interesting, but I don't think I'll play it. To be fair,
I'm not sure. Sword C looks meh. Looks like the My First Video Game style, very basic looking. Like it's made more to be looked at rather than be played. Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't necessarily look like my type of game, but I don't know, I guess we'll see what people say about it. Same with the next one. Survival Climber Karen is landing on PS5 in November 5th, and its demo is out now. So this one's actually kind of interesting because you literally just have to survive climbing through the game.
Yeah,
it's like kind of a cool concept.
You have to be like deliberate with your moves and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
You kind of like plan out your path. Like
So
it's like a realistic rock climbing game.
Yeah, this is one I like might actually play. It doesn't seem like something I would normally play, but like I kind of like the concept. I think it might be sort of interesting to check out. We'll see. I don't know yet, but yeah, I mean it's an interesting concept, like kind of cool.
I think it's interesting. It's not my game. I'm not going to play it, but I'm sure somebody will like it out there. It's just
the next one though. The next one I pre-ordered the collector's edition today for, and that is Digimon.
Yeah, I guess this is the other one. I was like, this looks decent. I haven't played any of these games though, so I don't know.
This game looks so good. I am so excited about it. I love.
It's crazy. This IP is still relevant just on the games alone.
Yeah. So Digimon Story Time Stranger will be on Xbox Series X, PC, and PS5 October 3rd, 2025. The collector's edition went up on Amazon today. I pre-ordered it. I'm super excited, man. I cannot wait to play this game. I mean, I just love the world of Digimon. So like I didn't like Digimon Survive. I didn't care for that one, but Digimon Cyber Sleuth on Vita, and I have it on
I think that's the one I've most recently seen in stores.
Yeah, that one's really good. Like I have it on Switch too, the complete edition. Really good. Totally different type of game than this, but really good. Like there's a lot of really good Digimon games.
If you can't be a Pokemon master, you can at least be a Digidestined.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still a thing in these later games, but
that's like I'm excited. It looks cool. It looks cool. I'm excited to check it out. I can't wait. This next one I'm actually excited about too. I don't care about golf, but I've always liked Hot Shots and / Everybody's Golf because they like changed the name. But yeah, I think if you pre-order it, you get Pac-Man in the game.
Yeah, the Pac-Man's like I'm pretty sure it's pre-order.
But I always like Hot Shots. Like I had the games on PSP. And then they like kind of changed it to Everybody's Golf, but now they're calling it Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, which is interesting. But yeah, this is one I'll play. I think they're like
it's like a party golf.
They're like they're like a party golf game, like an arcadey type of golf.
Yeah, where you're just trying to have fun. If you play like Everybody Golf,
like Mario Golf, like Mario.
Is Everybody Golf the one that's more like putt golf, like a weird putt thing with like really confusing levels?
It does have that. Yeah, it does have that. It does have that, yeah. It's an interesting game. You play through some like crazy courses that get really, really hard and difficult.
This comes out in September, and then I think it says at the end that Pac-Man was.
But yeah, this is a PS5 only, I believe.
Yeah, it's not on the screen along at all. Yeah, pre-order and early unlock.
Yeah, so I'll have to pre-order because I definitely want to have Pac-Man in it. Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited about that one. The next one.
I felt like we talked about this, and I thought it was stupid.
This is like the dumbest. I thought this was the dumbest looking game in the whole showcase. I think it looks absolutely stupid.
It's baby steps. It's a walking simulator. It
says it's a comedic third-person action platformer developed by Gabe Cuzolo, Maxi Boach, and Bennett Foddy. Will be released on PS5 and PC September 8th, 2025. So I have no interest in this game. I'm being honest.
I never did when we first talked about it because I know this is not the first time. I was like, this is so stupid. I'm good.
The last one that we have here, though, did look interesting. I don't have a trailer for the article that I have for it.
Yeah, I had to pull it up on YouTube. It's like a origami
Yeah.
stylized game, essentially. It's interesting. I don't know if I'll play it. I probably won't, to be fair.
I think it looks cool though. It's definitely super
I like all the
stylized.
creatures, the environment's all designed with an origami style, essentially. It's like an
Yeah.
origami platformer. Think of
Yeah.
like Paper Mario, that style.
It reminds me a little of like it's like a mixture of like Little Big Planet, a mixture of like Astrobot, sort of like with the platforming.
I think this will be a better take on the origami than what Paper Mario did.
Paper Mario is an RPG though.
Yeah, but it had that origami style with the last game they came out with.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be better.
I heard nothing but
unfortunately that one wasn't good.
Then again, everyone that talks about Paper Mario is like, oh, the only good one was the first one. The rest of them are trash.
Well, most people say that 1,000-Year Door is the best one, the GameCube one.
Oh.
That's what most people say. I like the first one on 64. I loved it. I've beat it multiple times, but 1,000-Year Door is my favorite as well. That's the one most people say is the best.
They haven't had a good game in like 20 years, and they just dropped the ball ever since.
And meanwhile, I bought every single one of them.
You keep
and beat every single one of them. even Color Splash.
Terrible.
I played Color Splash, and I was like, "This game is awful, man." And I still beat it. But I think that's all we got for this week. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention, Mark, or that you saw maybe that came
That's really
up,
the only big stuff that was there was the Switch releasing, which I'm still waiting on mine, and then the two game stuff. And obviously next week will be more of the Xbox, since that's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Because Xbox is always a lot of PC too, since they're pretty much doing PC.
They Tearaway
side by side.
PS4.
Oh yeah, Tearaway. Yeah. It does remind me of Tearaway. Yeah. Good point. Didn't think about that. But yeah, so if you're watching live right now or you're listening later, we do stream every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Since the Switch 2's out, we're gonna be playing stuff on that. I think tomorrow Mark gets his. We'll probably mostly be playing Mario Kart, but obviously other
the only game that I've got ordered for it. So,
well, I mean, like Fast Fusion has the game share, so I can play it with you, and then there's the GameCube games that we can play together.
I need to get a GameCube controller eventually.
Yeah, you know what? Matt got one while we were live yesterday. He went up and he got one, and I was on there for 30 minutes before I got mine, but yeah, it finally came yesterday. It's great. It's definitely worth getting. It's the first NSO online controller I've opened. I have all of them and they're all sealed. It's the first one I opened because I was like, I actually really do want to play these GameCube games with a GameCube controller because I always love this controller. And a lot of people say it's one of the best controllers of all time. I think it's a good controller.
They need to make more of those controllers then and keep them in stock.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is, like we said, you can use it as like a standard controller. It has all the buttons for the Switch 2. So
yeah,
you can go to home with, you don't have to like switch to another controller and stuff like that. So it's really cool, but it's neat to hold a GameCube controller that feels brand new. Like it feels like back in the day, you know, the first time you're playing it, the sticks are really tight. Like it's cool, man. It's really cool. So we're definitely excited to check out the Switch 2 stuff, and we'll be streaming Mario Kart and stuff tomorrow. So definitely check that out if you're watching live, and if you're listening later on, you know, check out the streams on Saturday. Check out the video podcast every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can hear Mark rant about something every week.
Oh my God, this guy.
All right. We appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good night. Audio listeners, if you are on any of the platforms, either give us follow, subscribe, rating, whatever. It helps us on all those platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz. So definitely do that. And then subscribe to the YouTube at youtube.com/@GameJunctionMedia. So if you are listening to the audio, definitely check out the YouTube channel. And we do stream on all platforms. So Facebook, Twitch, what else? Kick, all that stuff. So we will see you all later. Have a good one, guys. Great episode 133. This was a lot of fun, a lot of news.